Lord have mercy. All right, what's up? What's up? We are back with another episode. I want to make sure y'all is in the room. Sorry for the delay. I was making sure I was watching and getting all the information I can get with this case with Unwind with TashaK and Cardi B, and also watching Storm Monroe video because he have dropped an announcement that he is no longer doing the light skin podcast. Now, on our show exclusively, we had sources to give us information that there's a problem that's been going on with Vaughn Ray and Chelsea. We released that information. Many people didn't believe it. And then a day later, they started to believe it. And it was something that Chelsea put in her story that she said that men start a problem with good women because they lives just because they're fighting the urge to live with a man. So that put Storm Monroe in the middle of that drama. It was so bad because now Chelsea want to go and file a restraining order. You got Vaughn Ray in the middle. Chelsea confronted, this is all allegedly, confronted Storm Monroe about him telling Vaughn stuff about her. So Storm was just getting over it. He was like in the middle of this. He was trying to be friends with Vaughn. He was trying to be friends with Chelsea. He was just in the middle of this situation. And he said, listen, I guess he decided, and with TashaK in his ear, telling him to leave this, leave Vaughn. We're not dealing with Vaughn. Vaughn is no longer with Chelsea. We're no longer dealing with him. You need to let that go. So when all this stuff came out with this podcast and stuff, it started to bring up and conjure up more rumors that Storm and Vaughn were sleeping together. Many people say I started that rumor. I didn't start that rumor. That was a rumor that was put out there. Whether I believe it or not, that was a rumor that was put out there. And Storm just could not deal with that unnecessary pressure of people saying that he's sleeping with Vaughn Ray, and also that he's caught in the middle with Chelsea and Vaughn Ray relationship. So now he decided to end the relationship. They were throwing shade at Brother Wiley in a previous episode, episode 9. They were throwing shade, talking about I can look straight, my eyes are not crossed, and this and that. They were just really just throwing shade. And I was like, you could say whatever, because I knew the day of them working together was going to end. So eventually, the podcast ended. He announced that he said, listen, I'm no longer doing the podcast. There's too much mess, too much drama. I'm taking a spiritual break and all of that, because he just got tired of people saying that he's sleeping with Vaughn Ray is affecting his sleep. He cannot hardly sleep. It's really affecting him mentally. But let's be clear, Storm made the decision to work with Vaughn Ray. He didn't understand, in my humble opinion, the evilness that comes with Vaughn, the energy draining that comes with Vaughn. When Vaughn do a project, it is clouded with mess. He put his peen in some punani and it don't work, and he drags you into the mess. Now, I'm just telling you, when the relationship falls apart, instead of him just go ahead and go his easy way, he drags Storm in the mess. And so then Storm have to deal with Tasha, and then Storm have to deal with Chelsea. It was like he was just over it. And he was like, he was really trying to continue to do the podcast. And TashaK was like, listen, this is all about source. TashaK was like, listen, how in the world are you keep doing this when you're telling him stuff that we're telling you in confidence behind you, on the low, and you repeat it to Vaughn, And then he goes out and throw it back in Chelsea's face. This is not cool. You supposed to be with us. And pretty much TashaK was like, listen, I've did all this stuff for you. I've made sure you had a place to stay. I made sure your rent was good. I made sure you had groceries. I made sure that everything for you were great. I helped you a lot. And you should be on our side, not on Vaughn Ray's side. So all of that situation has been going on. And of course, we broke this story. Many people did not like that we broke the story, but I had a source. And of course, we talked to Vaughn Ray's baby mom, and she's still upset with Vaughn. He's still not doing nothing for their baby at all. She just still a single mom, and he's not doing enough to take care of his responsibilities. And that again drags Storm in this, because they're saying like Storm is just really is on the side of Vaughn Ray, and it's not a bro romance, it's a relationship outside, in the bedroom. And people were putting that out there. So I told Storm, I said, listen, you need to lead that podcast. You need to lead that relationship. You need to just focus on your show, because it's getting really, really messy. Then I remember when he was on Two Man and a Lady, when we did Two Man and a Lady on our show, it was me, him, and Seven. He was on another blog, and somebody said something about me and him. He didn't like it. They put out a rumor, right? And I wasn't on that particular podcast. And I remember Storm, and this is the first time I'm probably going to share this with y'all. I remember Storm Monroe called me, and he was like, hey, I can no longer do Two Man and a Lady. Thank you for the opportunity, but I can no longer do it. And I was like, that's fine. But the reason why, because he was on somebody else's show, and they was putting a rumor that me and him were doing something together, and he could not deal with that. He could not deal with that situation. So he ended the relationship with us for Two Man and a Lady. And I didn't feel no way about it. I said, hey, if you feel that it's too much for your brand, or if this is not good for your brand, you can leave. I don't have a problem if you want to, lead Two Man and a Lady. So I'm not shocked. I just think that Storm was under a lot of pressure. When I looked at Storm, I could have break down in tears. He's not sleeping. He looked irritated that he made this announcement. He could have easily made a post, but he got so in bed with Vaughn that they were sharing each other on each other's pages. So he had no other choice but to come out here and put it out there. And then also you got the trans woman involved that Vaughn allegedly trying to talk to and try to deal with on the side, because he need a new place to stay. And this is all dragging Storm into this mess. Then you had one of the trans women. She was on her live, and she started to break down in tears because she loved Vaughn so much, because she wanted to get a piece of Vaughn peen. And then they're just dragging Storm in just more mess. It's just dragging him in a lot of mess. And then Storm would do the podcast, and he would talk about his stories about being in the parties, doing all this stuff. And then it was training night. A lot of stuff he regrets saying on the podcast, and a lot of stuff he would say will go viral, and it did not make him look good. They were supposed to do this podcast. Now, originally, from my source, they said they were supposed to do this podcast, and it was supposed to uplift both people. It was supposed to uplift their channels and uplift them as being these attractive, light-skinned men. And people were saying, Storm, you're not light-skinned. This is not you. Like, what are you doing? And so Storm would try to tell these stories on his podcast and do all this stuff on the podcast, and it did not make him look good. It did not make him look good at all. People was giving him the ultimate side eye. They was like, this is not making you look good at all. Like, what are you doing, dude? What are you doing here? This is not making you look great. And so I guess he just couldn't deal with the public pressure of him saying, leave Vaughn alone. And many of the Storm chasers did not like Vaughn. They said he is toxic. And that's what maybe Storm will come into the chat. I know he's probably watching, but I'm not the bad guy. I was literally just repeating what was told to me from a source. And I cannot give you the identity of my source, but obviously it was some troubles going on, because he can't deny it and said it was no troubles going on. Because if everything was perfect and peaches and cream, there would not have been a breakup of the podcast. Let me break that down. Let me drink a little bit more of this coffee. If it was all perfect and it was no issues at all, it would not been a breakup of the podcast. If everything was perfect, if everything was like y'all were cool, was no trouble with her, with TashaK unfollowing Storm, everything is good, ain't no trouble, you would have never left the podcast. You would have never left the podcast with Vaughn if everything was great. And we broke it because I said TashaK unfollow Storm. And it made Storm come out and defend that. He didn't like it because he did not even know that TashaK unfollowed him until I announced it on the Wiley Show. And he went on his live and he said, oh my gosh, she did unfollow me. He didn't even know it until I announced it. And then he checked it. He said, oh my God, she unfollowed me from the page. So Chelsea is no longer with Vaughn. Chelsea had a conversation with Tasha saying that she's done with Vaughn. And Tasha say, you're done with Vaughn? I'm done with Vaughn. And Storm needs to be done with him. So so he finally took Tasha and Chelsea's side, but the damage was done because Chelsea feels some type of way that you were telling Vaughn some information about me and we were supposed to be cool. You know me longer. All right? I'm just saying. So I'm not shocked that that podcast didn't work. Maybe a trans woman, maybe she'll come on the podcast and do it, but he trashed that trans woman so bad. I got recordings of him just trashing, talking about, I don't want her on the podcast, even though she gave us the idea of a game. I don't want her on there. She always calling because she want to sleep with Vaughn. And Vaughn need a place to stay, and he's already a hobo. Okay, he's a hobo, meaning that he will smash you for a place to stay. If you got a plate of eggs and some bacon and some sausages, he will screw you just because he got a place to stay. You could be a trans, you could be a man, you could be a woman. It does not matter. He will smash you if you could offer him a place to stay. I'm just saying. He's that type of guy. And so Storm, this was dragging Storm in that as well. Because Vaughn asked Storm, hey, can I come and live with you? And Storm had to tell him no. Because the last time he lived with him, it was all that drama. And, Storm, he don't have all this drama. This is new for Storm. You didn't know who stayed in Storm house. He didn't have all these people in Storm house. And so all this stuff was going on. And then Vaughn asked him, said, hey, this according to my source, hey, can I come and live with you? And Storm said no, because you have to understand, when Vaughn moves, you have to register with the Department of the Georgia Correction Office, because he's out on house arrest. So he have this ankle bracelet on. So everywhere he's moving, you have to put your name, you have to put your address, that he is staying with you, that you are responsible. So anything that he do, the police can automatically come in your house without a warrant. They don't need a warrant because he is on an ankle bracelet. So if he's doing a crime or pushing drugs, they could just come in your house without a warrant. So I'm just being crystal clear on that. So all that stuff was going on. I don't feel bad. It was like, Wiley, do you feel bad exposing this on your platform? I said no, because the source was going to give this information to another blogger. I had every right to go out here and just release it, because if they would have gave it to another blogger, then I wouldn't have got the clicks and views. I have nothing against Storm. I think Storm is an amazing guy. I just so happened he just got hooked up with a snake, and that snake bit him. And it stung him a little bit. And so now Storm got to play clean up his image after this situation. Yeah, he got to clean up his image right now. He got to take a break, a spiritual break, and stuff like that. And then he's getting pressure from the Storm Chasers because something else going on. His mentor is in a case with Cardi B. So he's getting pressure to cover it, and he really want to cover this trial. But his hands are, his hands are tied, because he cannot come out here and say that TashaK is guilty. So he said, I'm just not going to cover it at all. Even though he's missing out on tens or hundreds of thousands of views right now. He's literally missing out on tens of hundreds of thousands of viewership because he made a decision not to cover it because he don't want to say something that put him in a bad light with Tasha because he's already on thin ice with Tasha because of Vaughn Ray. Did I say it right now? Hold on 1 second. We're gonna break this down real quick. And Storm doesn't like it that his loyalty has been questioned. His loyalty is at stake. And so now he had to finally make an announcement with Vaughn and say, hey, I'm no longer doing this podcast. And Vaughn does not like that, but he had to do it. He had his loyalty was questioned. He had to make that announcement. So we're going to get to this case and we're going to be breaking some stuff down about TashaK and about TashaK and about Cardi B. This case have been just brewing up this week. We got some updated information that TashaK husband said he is the president of TashaK Studios, that he have no control of TashaK. Really good strategy because it's just showing that TashaK is more like an independent mind. And then Cardi B came on there and she cried. Oh, they made me feel like I could sleep with my husband. I felt like offing myself. And every time I log into YouTube, I see people saying I got the bumps. So I don't understand why TashaK did this to me as a woman. She is a demon. And I mean, she just crying and crying and crying, playing to the strings of the jury, doing all that crying. But was you crying when you said F them and get some money? Was you crying when you was up there having a fight, trying to fight and box with Nicki Minaj? Was you crying when you said you part of the bloody gang? So you sitting here with those tears trying to play to the sympathy of the jury. And one of the jurors had to get kicked out because they was mad about the whole TashaK thing. So the judge had to kick that jury out and had to get an alternative jury to take that jury place. I ain't going with those tears. You weren't trying to sleep with your man Offset because he was cheating on you. So those tears are for what Offset did to you, cheating on you with Cuban Doll. That had nothing to do with TashaK. And see, the thing with Cardi B that really irritated me with that chick is really taking this situation and making it seem like she was so depressed and ignoring the fact that she had problems in her marriage because her man was putting his ping in some strippers. Her man was cheating on her. I should have been the lawyer. I should have went to law school. The main thing I would have been going on, I say, Yarn, I got a question for Cardi. Did your husband cheat on you back in 2018 with a stripper? I see that you're crying, but were you crying when you beat up them strippers because your man decided to put his peen in them? Ain't no way in the world I'm just going to sit here because she's crying. She know if I break down in tears, it's going to travel around the world and I'm going to conjure up some sympathy. But them tears don't fool me, sister girl. You may fool these rest of these bloggers that want to be in your house and drink your liquor, but that don't fool me. You had problems in your marriage because your man is a cheater. Your man cheated on you. And so you're knowing that as a woman, excuse me, Your Honor. So, she came at me and said that I had bumps. And it was so horrible. Yes, Your Honor, it was horrible. I would tune in and I would release my videos, Black That Yellow, and I release the videos and I would look in the comments and they would say, herpes B. And Your Honor, oh, it was so much, Your Honor, it was so much. I couldn't even hardly hold my baby. She put this out on me. And Your Honor, as a woman, it hurt me. Get out of here with that. Foolishness. I should never even ever been in the. I should have been in that courtroom with them fake tears. Come on now. And everybody posting, oh my gosh, Cardi B cried. She cried because her husband cheated on her. How did you know Star Marie? I knew Star Marie because she was picking up some money off the stage, and she was talking about the Star Marie piece. And my thing is this, this case to me, it's a bunch of cow manure. I am not on the side of Cardi B. She's not a victim. She showed up and wanted to box Nicki Minaj, embarrassed herself, showed up, got a knot in her forehead, and now she's trying to play this weak victim, but you're supposed to be a gangster. You're supposed to be big bad Cardi. But now you showing up in court and you want to cry like a little girl because you didn't like what a blogger said about you, but it was Star Marie that put it out there. But now you want to cry because it's dealing with Tasha. She's doing this because she's trying to get sympathy of the jury. Whatever way it goes, break down in tears. That's one of the effective ways to get a jury on your side, especially on that jury if it's women on the jury. If it's women on the jury and you're breaking down in tears, women are emotional. So that just helped sway them juries on your side. So that's why she was in tears. And she's also an actress. Cardi B played in movies. She played in videos. So she's not hurt. Now, if she was really hurt, why she didn't ever cry when she was on the Instagram live? But she cried in court because she wants those juries to leave testimony today and really sit here and say, hey, this woman is an innocent victim. I'm regular. I'm regular here. I'm a regular woman. And this woman, Tasha, came, and TashaK wasn't feeling no type of way about it. I'm still on TashaK's side. Now, I'm the only blogger that is on TashaK's side. I don't have a problem being on her side. And it's because I don't think that she did anything wrong. Honestly, I just don't believe it. And I know some people in the chat, they are on top. They think that TashaK definitely is that way. Yes, she definitely was trying to get an Oscar. Definitely was trying to get a Golden Globe. Oh, absolutely. Okay. Now, whether she got bumps or don't got any bumps, Star Marie started all of this. And so TashaK lawyers need to reach down and quote some of them lyrics or tell her how she be robbing people and to discredit her. After she get through crying, them lawyers, Olga and that white man, y'all need to be cross-examining her. So we're going to be going back live later on today once they cross-examine Cardi and ask Cardi some questions, because I'm shocked that Cardi took the stand, but they knew that case was weak, and they said, Cardi, get up there and cry. Okay, I'm gonna get up there and cry. Okay, I'm just crying and all that. Come on now. They knew that case was weak, so one thing to do is let Cardi come up there and cry. This is where I say that TashaK is winning, because look at the media attention. TashaK is officially a celebrity today. She is a celeb. She's not infamous. She is famous. Many people want to call infamous because they're jealous, because they don't have the impact that TashaK have. And this woman got it by being herself, by taking a risk, by going toe to toe. This woman is now a celebrity. Anytime somebody crying over you, you making somebody cry, that's a win. That's a win right there. Anytime you making a celebrity get up there boo-hooing and crying, that's a win. That is literally a win for you. If I was TashaK, I'd pat myself on the back. We made her, that is a win. And that's just me being honest, because this woman have played on the thing. And I know Nicki Minaj is somewhere with her husband laughing. Like, look at her crying. Because this woman, when she was dealing with Nicki, she tried to come in and tried to fight Nicki Minaj. So I already know Nicki Minaj is laughing. Let me see that Nicki Minaj unfollow Tasha. Give me a second. Let me check. Give me a check. Give me a second. Okay. And then, Cardi B said, I felt so worthless because I had to seek therapy. I felt like I did deserve my kid. And she always implementing her kid because she know that is a good card to play when you got women on the jury. It is more women on the jury than men. So she know very strategically, and her lawyers definitely trained her right to say, please implement your kid, and said you didn't deserve your kid, because that plays sympathy, because most women on here probably got a child, probably got a niece, probably got a granddaughter and stuff like that. So make sure you implement the kid. The kid ain't got nothing to do with this, but she want sympathy. And I see right through them burritos and tacos and tears. I see right through all that. And I think it's very smart from Cardi B to do it. If you got cards to play them cards, play them tears. Because if I was on the stand, I'm trying to get millions of dollars from a black woman, I'd be up there crying too. Big as it be flying. But I do believe TashaK lawyers need to do a better job, baby. Come on. I should have been a part of her legal team, because I'll be asking some questions. Them tears won't move me. Okay. I see right through that. Okay, give me a second. So let me see if Nicki Minaj unfollowed TashaK. Let me see. Let me see if Nicki Minaj unfollowed TashaK. Let me go to her follows. She's still following TashaK. Boom. Right there. Still following TashaK. And so we're going to open up these phone lines. But the thing I want to say, because I know a lot of people don't like it, I was like, Cardi B, because you beat up some strippers for your husband, correct? And I understand you said that Tasha said these things to you and you felt like over yourself. But did you at that same time have issues with your husband for him cheating on you? You have another case that you decided to beat up some women, and that you are under investigation because you said that they were cheating on your husband. So I would have played into the cheating husband card. If Ogre and that other lawyer on the team play into that, because during that time, Offset was cheating on her. Allegedly. And if I was them, I'd bring up when Cardi B wanted to fight. When Cardi B wanted to fight Nicki. And my closing argument said, don't believe these tears. This is a gangster. Those tears are fake tears. This woman is not an emotional person. She is a menace to society. She had got involved and paid some people to beat up some strippers. She stole somebody's mixtape cover. This woman is not innocent. And the person that should have been sued is Star Marie, and not my client TashaK or LaTasha Kibi. Okay? I'm just saying it right here. I'm just saying it right here. And I'm like, your husband cheat on you. That don't make you want to off yourself, but then a blogger say something about you, you ready to go to the upper room? Come on, that don't make sense. Wake up. The man that you gave vows to, the man that got on one knee and wanted to marry you, the man that you do pillow talk with was cheating on you left and right. It didn't affect your mental health. But a blogger from Atlanta going live in front of a teddy bear made you cry? Get somewhere and sit down with that. I ain't believing that at all. You may be fooling the rest of them. I should have been on that jury. I want to believe inkling of that. Out of all the stuff, you crying off of a blogger? Man, them tears are fake. Man, get up out of here with that. Get up out of here with that. Out of all that, now you want to cry me a river? Were you crying when you said Everman get some money? Were you crying when you were talking about your WAP? Were you crying when you was eating your man's sword off his arm? Were you crying when you was inviting bloggers to come to your party to eat burritos and drink liquor to be on your side? I didn't see you crying then. But you cried because little old TashaK, a black woman, was using her voice doing commentary, and that made you cry? No. Get up out of here with that. You just mad because Nicki Minaj followed TashaK, and you don't like it. Give me a second. Okay? And I'm just being real. Now we're gonna open up these phone lines. This is an open chat. We're gonna open up this phone. We got about 500 people in here. Make sure y'all like the video because I'm very passionate because I understand I got people on the ground. There's covering this case. They're in the courtroom. They're leaving me messages and all of this. And many people, most people that's in my inner circle, is some of them saying take TashaK's side, but most of them say don't take her side. And I said no, I'm going to take her side because I believe she didn't do anything wrong. And if she loses the trial and the court come out and say she lost, this woman can walk out there with a head held high because she is no longer the same TashaK. She is also on the level of Paris Hilton or Vivica A. Fox, Gabrielle Union, Wendy Williams, Charlamagne the God, DJ Academics, Oprah Winfrey. She's no longer just a YouTuber. When you Google her name, she went toe to toe with Cardi B. All right. She's no longer the blogger in front of the teddy bear. Give me a second. Do y'all want me to open up the phone lines? Because I know we are up early today. Do y'all want me to open up the phone line? Maybe like this video and subscribe. Because we are on TashaK's side. Is TashaK perfect? No. But in this particular case, I'm on her side. Okay? All right, give me a second. We're gonna open up the lines to allow y'all to speak. I just had to do all that. And TashaK husband, they're playing this game. They strategize on it. A lot of stuff I can't share with you. I wish I could. After the trial, I may be able to do so. But again, everything that they strategize is actually working. Okay, they knew they was gonna have some bumps on the road when the trial, but again, it was all about publicity for the brand. The company is strong. Her channel is strong. Her app is strong. Everything is great. Give me a second. And that's why TashaK didn't want to settle because she wanted this publicity. Look at the people that's covering it. They covering it on the Shade Room, the Jasper brand, everywhere. They're covering this. TMZ covering this, and they can't stand TashaK because she definitely got some publicity that they wish they can have. They used to have a lot of publicity like that. Everybody used to talk about TMZ, but now they're talking about TashaK, this black woman independently have been doing this, built her company from the ground up. Her and her husband is just dominating these streets, and people can't take it. People is jealous of the success of TashaK. Wish they had this success of TashaK. Many people are getting to bed with Cardi B because they want Cardi B to give them what TashaK have, so they would be on Cardi B's side. But they one point was going to be on Nicki Minaj's side, but Nicki blocked them. Come on, somebody,
Your
talk
show
back to me
now.
in the
Press
chat.
1 to hear important instructions.
Your show is scheduled to start in 37 seconds.
Nicki Minaj blocked him. So when you got blocked from Nicki, you have to throw Nicki under the bus to get on Cardi B's side. Because you want Cardi to bring it up because you thought Nicki was going to bring it up. But Nicki said, no, I'm not interested. Block. And then now they want to throw Nicki under the bus. Come on, somebody. I see right through this stuff. Let's call a thing a thing.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
And Cardi B, you should really be looking at people that really you invited to the party. None of them is at that courthouse, outside the courthouse, helping you and rally behind you. Where are them bloggers that you paid and gave them burritos and tacos and quesadillas? Where are them bloggers at? Why they not at the courthouse outside there rallying behind Cardi B? They're nowhere to be found. Now you invested all that money and giving them free liquor and all giving them free hugs, free everything, and none of them is at the courthouse helping you out. None of them is there. But you invited all them people to your party. Not a one. I'm just saying. Let's go to the phone lines. 9542, Carly on air.
Hey, Wiley, how are you?
Hey, doing wonderful. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm loving this. You preaching, Wiley, because my thing is this. I don't really care what other bloggers are saying about the TashaK case. I really just want to hear the facts of the case. And I feel like I'm getting the most factual, information that's non-biased, not biased. I don't care if you like Tasha or you don't. You could just report everything that's happening. You know what I mean? So I do like that. That's why I listen to you when it comes to the case, not because I'm on Tasha's payroll, but because I just want to hear something unbiased. I don't care who you like and don't like. Let's just hear what it is. Now, oh, brother, I really don't care about the crying and things like that. And when it comes to things in court, those things do make a difference. But honestly, it's about the facts. So the judge is going to instruct the jury to listen to the facts. And if the facts come out on Tasha's side, I'll be so happy for her. You know, if it comes out on Cardi B's side, I don't know what that means for the future of YouTube and how that's going to work. You understand what I'm saying? That's my only question. Like, how do you think a guilty verdict with Tasha, saying, like, doing the interview and saying what she said and, you know what I mean? Things like that. How do you think that would impact you as a YouTuber?
It won't, because everybody will have to go to court and sue me if I were to do something that they don't like. This is not going to change the directory of anything. If you say something that anybody can sue for anything. Let's just make that clear. If a person want to be petty and just sue me because they didn't like what I said, they can do that. That don't mean that you will win. So I don't think this will change anything. Cardi B is still here. She is still in the land of the living. I just think that what Cardi B wanted to do, she wanted favorable attention, and she did not get it from TashaK. And so she used this option to say, hey, let me go ahead on and sue her. Now, originally, Cardi B, it came out that TashaK wanted to interview Cardi. That was an original agreement. After Star Marie came on, she reached out to Cardi and said, hey, you can clear these rumors up. Cardi B team told her, don't go and clear it up. Don't go. But and then Cardi, you talk, and then I look at you, you go on Twitter space and you clearing up some stuff with Cuban Doll and your husband, but you couldn't clear up no allegations with Star Marie. Make that make sense. But you clear as day wanted to clear up that thing with Cuban Doll, but didn't want, and then say, well, my team did not want me to go to TashaK platform and clear it up about Star Marie. But you went on Twitter space to clear up allegations with Cuban Doll and Offset, but you can't come on to Tasha and to clear things up about Star Marie is what I'm saying.
But I mean, that's her prerogative. If she didn't want to go on Tasha K's platform to clear these things up, whatever. That's her choice. But let me ask you this: what if I called you and I said, "Hey, Wiley, Trey Songz is my ex-boyfriend, and I want to come on and expose him," and then I come on your show and I talk what I talk about, my experience with whoever it is. And I talk about that. And then the next thing you know, you have to go to court for Trey Songz. I think that's how it's going to affect the YouTubers.
I
You
think
understand what I'm saying?
I don't think.
Personally are not saying.
I think if a celebrity today say, "Hey, I'm gonna sue Wiley because what somebody doing," who you think gonna win from that? Because I'm gonna gain more subscribers and more money and more attention. You still got to be able to fight to get the money from me. And if I don't have nothing that you require, you just wasted all that money. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I don't think that it is right for you to go out to somebody that ain't got no money. You're wasting money because if they ain't got the $1 million judgment, just like Andrew Caldwell. Remember, he got sued by this man. I forgot the man's name. He got sued by. He still didn't get his $1 million because he ain't got the $1 million. So you can go out here suing people all day. If they ain't got it, they ain't got it.
But but it's not really about the money part. It's just about stifling creative thought to me.
And you can't stifle it. Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
But what I'm saying is, let's say this case, right? Cardi B is claiming Tasha spread false information about her knowingly. Tasha knowingly went online and said, "Hey, these are the things about Cardi B." And then Cardi B said, "You know what? I'm going to sue you because those things are not true." Even though they never came out Tasha's mouth, even though Tasha didn't say, "Hey, I got an exclusive. This girl has this." She had somebody on there, another entity saying these things about her. So if I come on your show and I say, "Hey, these are the things that this celebrity did to me," I think from now on, everybody's going to be on alert, like, hey, we can't say that. I don't want to get sued. You know what I'm saying? So how are you getting the information and the tea and the quote unquote exclusives and all that
No,
stuff?
we would continue to get the exclusive. That's just not going to stop because TMZ continue to get exclusive. They have been in lawsuits. Let's not act like this is so brand new where Tasha's the only one that got sued for defamation. TMZ got sued multiple times. MSNBC got sued multiple times. CBS, the list goes on and on. You do this business well enough, you become successful enough, you may have a lawsuit. Let's not act like this don't exist. Nicki Minaj can go and sue Armand Wiggins because he said that, and she can sue me too because we said that she paid what's the chick name? Jennifer Hugh. So nobody is exempt from a lawsuit. In this country, you have a right to sue people. Now, whether you win, that's up to the courts. But let's not act like, it's going to change it forever. I don't believe that at all. It's not going to change that forever. People have freedom of speech. And that's one thing that we have in this country is freedom of speech. And so they can't not dictate freedom of speech like that. Because I remember, I forgot the man's name. Oh, my God. InfoWars. They wanted to take down his website.
Alex Jones.
They did. And they went to court. And his site is still up. The site, he may not be on YouTube, but the site is still up because they said it is a violation of his First Amendment rights. And he had it major. This is way major than Tasha, right? But they tried to take down his site, and he went to court and he said, this is a clear violation of his First Amendment rights. You may not agree on what he's talking about, but it's a violation of his First Amendment rights.
And so Alex Jones made a lot of money last year. I was watching another podcast and they were talking about Alex Jones. He made a couple of million last year without YouTube. You know what I mean? So I don't think this is going to break Tasha or anything like that. I think she's still going to continue to go on and do what it is that she does. That was my biggest thing. Like, I wonder how this is going to affect YouTubers. Like, not saying you would come out and say it, but let's say you interview somebody that says something, you know what I mean? And then now the lawsuits start flying. People don't really want to deal with that,
Well, that's you. You'll just have to tap out and not do it. For me, I won't have an issue with it. If someone come on my show and say, this person got some bumps, well, that's what that person said. And you know what I'm saying right then and there. I'm going to have my integrity intact and say, hey, can you come and clear this up? But I'm not going to be so scared to say and take it down, because at the end of the day, that's what that person shared, especially if that person was around them, they was roommates with them, they work with them.
Right.
So again, you still have to have the freedom of chasing a story, because let's be clear, if you extremely cautious, you can't be in this business of being a commentator, because you're going to limit yourself because you are extremely cautious because you don't want a lawsuit. You might as well just retire from doing YouTube.
That's true. And people, one last thing, and then I'll go to get another caller. I don't like the way Cardi's making it seem like Tasha did these things to her, and now like she's just been a broken woman ever since these things happened. Like she's just so upset and distraught. Because if Tasha did this in the beginning of her career, when all of these things, when she was just starting, look at how she has blown up. Regardless if you love her or hate her, Cardi B has blown up. Even you say that she's more relevant now. She's the most relevant female rapper out there right now. So it has not it's not affected her career. So there was someone that was saying something about they're gonna have to pay like penalties and all this stuff. And it's like, for what? She didn't lose any money. She's gained popularity. She's gained, she's only been winning. I mean, you haven't seen Cardi B lose out of anything because of all these things that. That's this whole thing that's happening on YouTube. So, but that's all I wanted to say, Wiley. But thank you. I'm so glad that you are giving us. You might be putting in your own personal as far as how you like Tasha, but at least you're just putting it out plain. I mean, I don't need the extra calling her names and saying she's this and that when it's not even true. Right. So I just thank you for that.
Thank you. Thanks, Wiley. Thank you. Okay, we're going to get to thank you so very much. We asked that you turn me down in the back. We're going to get to everybody because we got time today. 2042, you're live on the air.
Hello. Hi, how are you?
Doing good.
Good. Okay, so the first thing is I do not like the way Cardi B is making this all on Tasha. First off, her songs, if you listen to all of her songs, which no judgment here, but they're all about, I don't know if we can say the SEX word, but they're all about the SEX and all this different stuff. So that's number one. How could you sit here and say that you were scared to sleep with your husband or you didn't feel like you deserved to be a mother when you made these songs pretty much degrading not just women but men too, and how you would take their money as you're using them? That's number one. Number two, if you go back and look at the Star Marie interview, she's the one who brought it up. She's the one who explained exactly how everyone has the H word. I don't know if we can say it like I said.
H word,
how everyone has the H word, and how everyone can be simplex 1 or simplex 2. It all depends. She explained it. She's the one who brought it up. So that's why I do not feel like it is Tasha's fault that got into the atmosphere. Plus, the work and the job that you're doing does not help that. Plus, you stated how you were a stripper and all of that. That's number two. Number three is, do you guys as YouTubers, even though you guys are, doing celebrity gossip, do you guys still not have freedom of speech?
We still have it in this country, whether these people that say we still have freedom of speech, the First Amendment rights. Absolutely. Absolutely. We still have that.
So if you guys have freedom of speech, TashaK at that point, she had freedom of speech to speak on how she felt about that situation. Now, me as a parent, of course, I would be upset if somebody put out a lie about me as well. But at the end of the day, you have the neighborhood talk, you have the shade room, all these different people that Cardi B has went to and said, I don't like it when y'all talk about me. You're a celebrity. So what do you expect? If this is people's job, this is what they're going to do. They're going to talk about you. So it's like she expects no one to say anything bad about her. And then you have the people who are boasting her up, which is just as well. You have people who are boasting up Nicki Minaj. But it seems like I don't like it. I don't like the comparison. I don't like how they feel like because they have to talk about one, they have to talk about the other. It's not that serious. You're a celebrity. You're going to get talked about regardless if you like it or not. And I can see if you were one of those celebrities that was not talking about people. You talk about people all the time. So that's what confuses me about how people can now go and play and cry and do all of this and that. But I guess that's where money gets you. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. All right. So again, you can say the H word, use H word, R word, and if you use the S word, we got to use those things for the show. All right. That's how we're gonna do it right here. Make sure y'all like the video. We have callers that's really here for this. Make sure y'all definitely like the video and leave a comment in here. We have a lot of callers. So if you're trying to get up here, you can super chat your last four and we'll bring you up. If you don't want to do that, then you just have to just wait in line. Okay. 1137, caller, you on the air.
Hey, Wiley, what's up? This is Rhonda.
Hi, Rhonda.
How you doing?
Great.
Listen, like I told you yesterday, first of all, great topic again. I am Team Tasha, and I don't care. Like I saw Armand Wiggins with his update, and I did read somewhere online, I don't know if it was Deadline News or something, that had the article about this lawsuit. I got to tell you this. I don't care what any of them say at this point, because I know at this, Tasha, let this case run its course. I am Team Tasha, and I'm not buying not Nicki Minaj. I am not buying Cardi B on the stand crying, saying that she couldn't even touch her husband. She's so devastated. I mean, come on, she's from the Bronx. Come on, you're going to convince me, Cardi B, that you're just so sensitive? Oh, come on. And I'm not going to slut shame or anything like that on this, on your channel, but I'm an old broad and I don't buy it. I do not buy nothing Cardi B is saying. I don't think TashaK made up anything. She may have embellished. I don't know. I don't care, because I think Tasha is talented. I think they are piling on Tasha. I don't like it. And I am not going to support Cardi B at all. Nicki Minaj, I'm going to support Nicki. But Cardi B, never again. Because I think if TashaK was a Perez Hilton, would Cardi B be taking Perez Hilton to court like this? No. I think she's doing it because Tasha is an African-American female, and Tasha is also, she's very popular. She's very talented. Now everybody's trying to tear Tasha down. I don't like it. And Cardi B, I used to like Cardi B. I actually did. But once this case hit and once she kept dragging it, it's almost like Cardi B was saying that, how dare TashaK? I told her I want her to stop, and I'm going to prove. So all Cardi B did was turn people off. She turned me off to her. I will never buy anything. I will never support Cardi B. And I would hope that Meg Thee Stallion and them do not do another video with her. That's what I'm saying. But I will support Tasha, and I will never support people who come slamming this woman. TashaK is very talented. Leave her alone. Let this case run its course. And I can't wait to see Tasha and her husband come back with more content. That's all I got to say. Bye.
All right. Thank you so very much. The number is 646-716-8447. 646-716-8447. All right. Let's go. 7294. Calling you on the air.
Hi, Wiley. I just want to let you know that the show was awesome today. I really, really enjoyed it. And mostly what I wanted to say is I've taken up law classes before, and you are so correct when you say, for one, you all have your rights of freedom of speech. The other thing is anybody can sue for anything. I can sue anybody I want to sue for whatever reason. It just depends on the court of law and the rules, and you being able to prove to the court and answer those questions that the judge gives the jury to win. So for Cardi to take this out and blow this all out of proportion with TashaK, I agree with the last two callers. She's wrong for that. And TashaK may have the money, but then she, again, is an African-American woman. She's coming up in the industry. They're trying to find a way to tear her down. I agree with the last caller that they wouldn't do that to anyone else, especially a Caucasian female. I haven't heard that. This is the first time I'm hearing African American YouTuber being brought down like this just because she's doing her job, and it's unfair. And the other comment that I wanted to make on Storm, you called it out, and when I tell you your last video, I was weak because you pointed everything out that's going on, and that Storm should watch his back on who he brings in his circle. Some people he just got to let go, and he needs to stay away from. So you called it, Wiley. When I tell you I've enjoyed you, it's like I be waiting on you to come with the lies because you bring it. So I appreciate that. Thank you for entertaining us and keeping us informed. You're awesome, and you're coming up in the industry.
Thank you so very much for that. Thank you. And we tried to tell Storm, and now look at him now. He made an announcement today and said he's no longer doing the podcast with Vaughn. It was a mess, and you have to watch a man that don't treat his children right, which Vaughn Ray does not. You have to watch a man that's on house arrest for stalking, which Vaughn is, and you cannot be so quick to attach your brand to that. You'll come out better just doing a podcast by yourself, because he have too much baggage. And I personally believe that he should wait till his legal problems get clear before he try to attach himself to Storm. And now Storm is under a lot of stress, but he have to blame himself because he got in the bed with Vaughn. And when I say got in the bed, I'm talking about got into this business relationship with him.
Yep, you're right. Saying. And they also, Wiley, when it comes down to Storm, I think he should have done it a little bit better than just abrupt, canceling the show with him. He could have just said, we were only going to do 8 episodes. We're not going to further, do any shows with each other, and just saying, I'm not doing any shows with Vaughn anymore, if he didn't want anyone to speculate anything. But then when you said it the way you said it, it's like we want to know the reason why, and then when you give us an opportunity, you don't even explain to us the reasons why.
That's what I'm saying. He didn't explain to the people, this is the reason why I'm ending it. It's like we all know the reason, but just confirm to what we know, and don't play and manipulate the public and stuff like that. And so they just add more rumors because he didn't clear anything up. He just said, hey, I'm not doing this podcast moving forward. Me and Vaughn are good. But it's something that went on. He had a conversation with TashaK, and he had a conversation with Chelsea. Something went on in that situation, because you would have never ended it if you were cool with Tasha, if you were cool with Chelsea, if everything was good. Because obviously they gave Vaughn the boot, because Vaughn was cool with Chelsea as long as they were together. But once it ended, and now that he got some videos of her in the nude and all this type of stuff, and Storm was telling, allegedly, Storm was telling her some stuff that Vaughn had said, that Chelsea had said to Storm, and Storm went on and told Vaughn, that just put Storm in the mess. And this is not Storm character, because we rarely hear Storm in mess like this. It's because he attached himself with a messy man. People think women are messy, but it's some men that are messy too.
You're so right. I appreciate you so much, and you called it. And the last thing that I wanted to say, when you leave it out there for people to assume or to say what they want to say, it's like these two stories are conjoined. It's like you give us no reason to believe what we think.
That's true.
You see what I'm saying? So if you open it up and then you don't really explain or be honest about it, which is the same for Cardi, it's the same for Storm, then we're going to believe what we want to believe, and we're going to believe what the YouTubers are saying, which is, Storm, you was messing around with Vaughn, and Cardi B, you got the H. It's simple as that. If you can't tell the truth, if you're not going to be honest, then we're going to believe what the YouTubers are telling us, because you're not opening yourself up. You're not being honest with yourself. So thank you, Wiley. I appreciate you opening up the lines. You're awesome. Keep doing the great work.
Thank you so very much. Okay. All right. The number is 646-716-8447. We're also on Twitter At Wiley Show, WILEYSHOW. You can tweet us as well. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna make sure I get to everybody. 2074. You live on air.
Hello, Wiley. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, good day. First of all, Wiley, Cardi B is trash for this. She really is. And saying that I don't know if we could use the S word, but that is just pathetic. And if the jury has any sense, they will see through the lies. To lie and say that TashaK caused you all of this depression. Well, to me, to make that statement on the stand, she should have to prove. Did you go to counseling? What did you do because you were so, quote unquote, S word? Are you catching my drift?
Yes, I'm catching. Yes.
Like, what did you do? As you kind of just make that statement. It's making headlines, and it's like, okay, we'll just take her word for it. Anything could have caused her depression at that time or whatever, if she was even depressed. So to me, she killed her credibility with that statement. Also, the National Enquirer, all these years, the National Enquirer has just put out outlandish things on people all these years. They are still in publication, last I checked. So I don't know how she's so-called going to win this case or anything. There is a disclaimer on all the YouTube, most of the YouTube channels, and I'm sure TashaK too in her description, stating that this is for entertainment, educational purposes, parody, etc., etc. So I don't see, everybody keeps saying that she's going to lose or whatever. I just don't see how. And per TashaK, it's not going to be much. If anything, once the trial is over, she'll save money by not having to pay these lawyers every month. I cannot wait for TashaK's first live after all of this. It's going to be lit. TashaK cannot be stopped. TashaK is very content driven. Okay? With all the adversity TashaK faces on these YouTube streets, TashaK keeps bringing her content. Somebody like that, you cannot really stop. You and her are similar that way, Wiley. Also, TashaK is a master networker. How? TashaK is not like Lovely T, who sits up on her C. Diddy throne. TashaK gets down in the sectionic sectors of YouTube, the hood, all the nook and cranny of YouTube. TashaK gets down. She's not too high on her horse. That is beautiful, genius networking. Somebody like that cannot be destroyed. And let me say this last thing. I was just listening to Amon. And I like Amon, but Amon is a clown. The level of hatred that he has for TashaK is quite unhealthy. And I hope he seeks help soon. He made a statement today which shook me. He stated they should go for Kibi Studios, take it all. Tasha doesn't have money. The Kibi that has the money, take it all. And I'm like, what? Destroy it all. And I thought to myself, you clown. You are a black man defending. Hello?
I'm listening. Go ahead.
No, it shook me because, and I like Amon, but he being Cardi's puppet is ridiculous. I thought, you clown, you are a black man in America. You are actually sitting down telling a Hispanic woman she's not black. And all these fools saying, oh, Latinos are black. Fools. She doesn't identify as black. She's not black. Stating that, oh, this woman should destroy TashaK. I say, is he okay to say such a thing? And I'm telling Amon, and I hope he listens to this video, that type of hatred, to me, I thought it was just friendly banter, even unfriendly banter between the two. But when he made that statement today, I felt, oh my gosh, you really want her to be destroyed. This man doesn't know that when you dig a hole for someone, you are digging it for yourself as well. But that really shook me today, Wiley. And if Amon keeps that hatred up for Tasha, he will bury his own self. And that's why nobody posted his tweet or whatever. If she like you so much, why don't she come on your show on YouTube? And then you're mad that the whole world didn't post your Twitter or whatever exclusive she did on Twitter. Putting out that energy against TashaK, baby, is going to stop Amon in his track. Thank you, Wiley. But that one just really shook me. And like I said, TashaK cannot be stopped. I don't care how many of these self-hating black women root for Cardi B, who doesn't give a damn about them. TashaK cannot be stopped because she is content driven and she was born for this, and she's not doing anything that Wendy Williams or the others haven't done in period. Thank you. Have a nice day.
All right. Thank you so very much. I want to make it clear the views and the comments of the producers do not represent my views. But they're very passionate, and it's good to hear the callers are calling in from all over the country. I just want to make that perfectly clear. We are a blog that we allow people to name other blogs' name. We don't limit them. So we let people to be free. All right. Let's go to the next call. 7136 caller, you're on the air.
Hello.
Hey, welcome to the Wiley Show.
Hi, Wiley.
Hi.
I want to commend you on your loyalty for TashaK.
Thank
I
you.
am a fan of all of you bloggers. I subscribe to a lot of your bloggers. And like the last caller that just hung up, I was a little bit disturbed too at Armand's comment for saying, take KB Studios, take all of it. I even wrote in the comment that was so ugly. Like, you should not want to see someone go homeless or broke. That to me was just really, really hurtful. But along with saying that, I look at both of these two women have had a turmoil life, you know. They grew up poor, and they both did what their talents was. Cardi B was a rapper. She had part-time jobs stripping. She hustled. She did all what she said she did on the video, which was a negative. But she did that so that she could bring herself out of poverty and have a better life. Now, same with TashaK. TashaK built her platform on the internet as a blogger, as an entertainer, gospel, whatever you want to call you guys your rim. And what I feel is Cardi B wants to erase her past. She does not like how she looks in that video when she claims that she robbed and she, you know, the men and all that. She wants that part of her to disappear. And I think because the bloggers like TashaK and whomever keep bringing it up, it's making it look, relive it every time. And I just think that it's very unfair and it's one-sided. You know, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Cardi is not perfect. She did some some epic things in her past to get where she is. TashaK has used what Cardi said and did, and she amplified her platform, and she got coins from it. Hey, I think it's just evenly, and I just think that this was sad that they had to go to court, and I just feel now everybody is going to have to walk a thin line on their descriptions and their information when they're giving it out.
I want to say this, because you have made a comment and Armand said snatch KB Studios. People understand that she employed 11 people, probably even more than that. That's 11 families, right? And then also she feeds her children off of the success of KeyB Studios. So I don't think he put it out there, or take the studios. That's just not going to happen. That's just like saying take CNN. It employ people, right? So we have to be very cautious of what we say, because if somebody said, well, take your studio and take what you have, you wouldn't like that. So I don't think people should say take KeyB Studios, because that's how she feed her family, right? And if we want to have sympathy,
Right, I agree.
for Cardi B
That's what
and
I'm
her
saying.
family,
That's
we should have some type of sympathy for that, because again, TashaK do employ people. That's not your average blogger going to parties, eating burritos, drinking liquor. It's definitely she employed about 11 to 12, 20 people. Probably it's up to 20 right now. And she employs so many people. And also she helped so many Black-owned companies that have products to keep them in business. So we have to be careful on what we say, in my humble opinion.
Right. I think everybody has to watch their mouth, because certain things can sound racist and then certain things are hurtful. Now, I do think that it was walking a fine line on First Amendment. I do believe that, because nobody wants to be bullied and nobody wants to be lied on. Nobody. And yes, it is hurtful. But at the same token, I think both of these women are strong-willed, strong-minded, and they both had a point to prove. Cardi, she did not want those videos up because, like I said, she's trying to erase that part of her life. So when you talk in that negativity and you bringing that up, she doesn't like that. She doesn't want to be looked at in that type of way. She wants to be looked at as a wholesome type of person. I don't think that just because she did that defines her. I think that was just something that happened in her life that she endured. I don't think that it defines her. But I think the more that people speaks on it, that they're judging her on that. And I think that just is really like a trigger to this woman. And on top of that, everybody keep bringing the race factor in. I think that plays a part, to a degree, but I think it's the egos that play the bigger part.
I heard that. Thank you so very much for calling in.
Thank you.
Thank you. The number is 646-716-8447. Make sure you all like the video. If you have not liked the video, the callers are beaming up. We're trying to get to everybody. 7007, caller, you on air.
Hi, yes, Wiley. How are you?
Doing wonderful.
I'm great. I listened to your show the other day. My days are getting mixed up. It may have been yesterday. And I'm listening today, and I'm horrified. It seems like everyone is trying to make an excuse for TashaK. I watched Tasha before she had the slick videos and a booming production, when she was just in her room, and it was just her blogging. Tasha did not have this information up to say, this is for entertainment purposes, this is for this. Tasha grew into what she is now. She never started out that way. So I want everyone to go back to when she first started. And as things started to ramp up for her, her ego grew. I remember when Tasha put her name in the same sentence with the word God, when she was equating herself to a God. Tasha's ego grew, and as that ego grew, I removed myself from that channel because it became evil-spirited, it became malicious. Let's look at what Tasha has admitted to in court. Stop bringing all this stuff in about, their backgrounds or whatever. Tasha has admitted in court that she had a malicious intent and that she lied. End of case. End of story. Stop talking about all this other stuff. Everyone wants to bring in all this other stuff to help round out the scenario. Tasha, if she supports 11 families, then she should have been more willing to speak the truth and not go after someone because of an ego. That is Tasha's responsibility, who she employs, who she feeds. I do not have a platform. I'm not raking in millions of dollars. I feed my neighbors. I have integrity. I make sure what I do is above reproach. And if you have a business, you need to do the same. It is on Tasha. No one else is responsible for what has gone on except TashaK. So stop trying. I mean, I'm amazed at all these people who are calling in and putting all this other fluff in it. I am no longer amazed at the fact that Donald Trump became president, because those people don't look at reality too. And a lot of your callers are not looking at reality. They're putting a whole bunch of fluff into things and trying to make a lot of excuses. Tasha has admitted in court what she's done. Now it's time for Tasha to pay the piper for what she's done. End of conversation. Stop trying to blow all this other stuff. Oh, Cardi don't like Black people. It was a Black woman who has admitted in court that she maliciously went after someone. That is what she's done. Now she has to pay the repercussions and face the ramifications of what she's done if it is illegal. It is that simple. We all do that every day. And I am really amazed that people will get on this platform and try to find different excuses for Tasha. Again, everyone is responsible for what you do in life. Everyone is responsible for what you say in life and how you conduct yourself.
Well, I understand that you're very passionate, but again, TashaK didn't do anything wrong. She's very innocent. I feel that she is being judged because of the color of her skin. And it's something
Wally,
I look up. One second. I'll let you talk. I think that she's been judged by the color of her skin. And just like Dr. King said, you should be judged by the content of your character and not the color of your skin. So again, TashaK is an amazing employer for many African-American people. She helped many African-American companies and promote them. I believe that Cardi B had fake tears. I don't believe the tears that she did at all. She did got into a fight with Nicki Minaj at a prominent fashion place, and so I don't believe that she's an innocent woman at all. And Star Brim and Cardi B was in a gang. So, and this is all alleged. I could just say this. So Cardi B is not an innocent person. She's definitely not somebody that we should want to think that she should win this. I believe that TashaK should win because she's an amazing Black woman, and this is freedom of speech. And again, she should have sued Star Marie, in my humble opinion. It should have been Star Marie that should have been sued, not TashaK.
Wally, I hear you, but let's go into Pacer. You have it. You have access to Pacer, and pull up the facts of the case. Stop inflating or conflating a whole bunch of issues. Pull up the facts of the case. That is it. Stop all this other stuff. Look at the facts of the case. You have access to Pacer. Pull it up. Find out what she admitted to and report that. And stop this craziness. I know you want an internship with Tasha.
Okay, no. Let's not insert that. No. But TashaK, I have always told you this is to bring up KB Studios, because as we speak, the media folks are talking about it. CNN, MSNBC, The Shade Room, Ball Alert, Industry on Blast, The Neighborhood Talk is covering this, and Billboard is covering this. So TashaK is winning, in my humble opinion. She's not going to go away. This is going to make TashaK stronger. Now, what could have happened, Cardi B could have ignored this and moved on with her career and released an album, or, you know what I'm saying, did that. We wouldn't have been talking about. We wouldn't have been talking about. No, Tasha. Why TashaK don't have to shut her mouth. TashaK don't have to shut her mouth. No, TashaK didn't put out fake news. That's your opinion. TashaK interview, ma'am. TashaK interview. It was not fake news. TashaK interview Star Marie, and Star Marie put these things out.
It was in the transcript, and she did it maliciously.
No, she didn't do it maliciously, in my humble opinion. I believe that TashaK is doing this to build her company. To build my company.
You're living in a fantasy world.
No. How you said I'm living in a fantasy world, sister? You're more than welcome to have a conversation with me. If you don't want to have that conversation, that's fine. Okay. Let's go to the next caller. Hold on 1 second. We got a lot of callers here. Sister, okay, she's done. Okay, let's get somebody else on here. 4057, caller, you on the air. 4057.
Hi, Wiley.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, what was that caller about? She must be on some high, sniffing Cardi B's booty. Anyhow, Tasha is my girl. Love you, TashaK. We're here to support you. Black community, stand up, support Tasha. I want to know what will be the precedent in this case for the future of YouTubers that speak about celebrities. Y'all are here just running your mouth. What is the severity if Cardi B wins this case? What would be the kickback on bloggers like you guys?
I think it would be great. I don't see a change in this as well. We're gonna see how this is going to definitely play out. And we're just in day 2 or day 3 of trial. We'll see how this is going to play out. I believe all bloggers are going to be great when it comes to this. I believe that TashaK is going to upgrade and probably be on television. She probably will get the Wendy Williams slot. Honestly, I believe that she's going to outgrow YouTube. Honestly, but I don't think it would be no problem at all because of this.
My fear is that Cardi B winning, you guys are content, the way you do your content would be change. There'll be some type of change in there because now there's some type of precedent in the law as to what YouTubers can report on celebrities. Don't you think so?
I don't believe so. No. This is free.
Okay. Well, let's cut that. And I want to know also all these forces against TashaK. Why all these forces, especially her ex-friend, Miss Lovely T, that rolled off in the cut? It is not fair that we as the Black community is attacking this woman. Not only does she employ, she only gave Star Marie that platform, but Star Marie said everything. So I really don't understand why she's in court and not Star Marie, why she's not like a co-defendant. You understand? And Star Marie be the main defendant.
I feel you. I feel you. That because it was Star Marie that started all of this, to be honest.
Yes, she did. So did Lovely T.
Yes,
and Lovely T was such a friend to TashaK, and she drew her hand and gave it to Cardi B. Armand Wiggins and Lovely T and everybody else that's caping for Cardi B, they are just stardom. They are fandom. They are crazy and always wanted to be up in the bosom or just in the space of stars. So Lovely T got starstruck and sold her friend out right down the river, and I don't respect that shit.
Okay, stuff. Okay, we don't use profanity. All right.
Excuse me.
Okay. All right.
That's all I wanted to say, because this thing is such a rabbit hole. It goes way deeper than colorism and all of this. We need to pray for Tasha. We need to just come together as a community and pray for her, because there's so many dark forces against her, and it ain't our skin. It ain't just our skin color.
I heard that.
There's too many forces against her. So let's pray for her, people.
Oh, okay. Well, we thank you so very much for calling in. Thank you. Okay. All right. The number is 646-716-8447. Give me a second. Blue Skies, I see your last 4. I don't know if you called in yet. Let me double check. Because if you super chat your way to the top, that is how you will get called if you don't want to wait. 4126. Give me a second. Do we have that? I don't see you, Blue Skies. So you have to call in. 0216, caller, you're on air. Hello? 0216, yes.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
All right.
Okay, good. My personal opinion, I definitely agree with the last caller. I just think that we're in the age of like strong censorship. So they're pushing heavy censorship on the regular population of people. TashaK is still part of our population, whatever the race may be. So when we become strong like that and we have power without being under contracts, without being in studios, we're not seeing it, sitting at these CEO tables and signing under contracts, they start to fear that. Tabloids, Esquire, all those main ones we see in the grocery store, in the market, they've been around the block 50 plus years, shaming, slandering, defaming white celebrities, black celebrities, making up lies for years. And this one particular person on YouTube comes out, say what she say, how messy it want to be, so what? White media been doing this. This is nothing new. So all these crazy, deranged women who deep down inside have some type of personal vendetta against Tasha need to check the facts. Who are you really mad at? Tasha or the white media who created, they created the platforms for people to do this wild things like that. So I say, let the woman live. But I'm telling you, this is deeper. What the last lady said, it's deeper than just basic. It's definitely censorship to the regular people online. And I'm sorry, I got to go. My children came in. And thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, 4429, you live on air. 4429.
Why? I gave you the wrong number. Ooh, I'm tired now. Look, I don't have no dog. I don't have no dog in this fight. I'm going to tell you, I don't have no dog in this fight. But let me tell you, TashaK, she fumbled that ball when she started talking about Cardi B. And when she realized she fumbled that ball, she did what every content creator did. She made herself the content. And all this is content to TashaK. She'll pay them lawyers. She gonna write stuff off. It ain't gonna matter to her. She get more subscribers. She get more people watching her. Her name is out there with everybody else's, big names. She out there with them. And she is going, win, lose, or draw, she gonna make more money off of this. Whatever money she spent out, she's very calculating businesswoman. And she gonna triple her money or 10 times her money over the long run. But the only thing is, y'all bloggers got to be careful because it is a thin line with the freedom of speech. That is the thin line. So that's the whole game. This don't mean nothing to her. TashaK don't care about going to court. That's why she drug it out in court. She could have settled. She drug it out because she made herself the content. Now, I'm going to tell you, like I said, I don't have no dog in this fight. I ain't no Cardi fan, TashaK fan, whatever. She made this content for herself, and she is a very shrewd businesswoman. Now, I give that to her. She's very calculating, her and her husband. Y'all think it's just her? It's her and her husband. Okay, back to the chat.
All right, I agree. Very calculating. Thank you so very much, Blue Skies, for that. Okay, the number is 646-716-8447. Let's go to the phone lines here. Give me a second. 1137. You live on the air.
Hey, Wiley, this is Rhonda. I'm double dipping, honey. Listen, I forgot to comment on Storm Monroe, his video today.
Okay.
Did you see it?
I did.
Did you take a chance? Do you have a chance?
Go ahead. What you want to say about it?
Oh, okay. Storm, I was so excited to see that Storm decided to just not do the podcast anymore. I like what he said when he said that he's going to start the new year off with some peace, and he's not going to let anyone disturb or destroy his peace. I love it. And I think TashaK and her husband and her family, once this case is done, they can do the same. But I just wanted to comment on Storm Monroe because I forgot to add that to my comments when I spoke with you earlier.
Yes, ma'am.
Storm, I'm so glad that he's starting the new year off right, because Storm is, I like Storm too, and I want to see him win. So I think it was a good idea. And you know what, Wiley? I think your read on Vaughn, when I started watching your videos and how you read, your read on him, I think was spot on.
I really do. I think you saw it before everybody else did. We're on the outside, but you must have spotted something right off the bat that raised your alarms, because you did say that you talked to Chelsea in love, of course, beautiful Chelsea, and you said, be careful, girlfriend, be careful, right?
Absolutely, yes, ma'am.
So, Storm, I'm just glad that Storm is just moving on and he can start off the new year in peace. That's all I got to say.
All right, thank you. Okay, the number is 646-716-8447. Make sure y'all click that like button. All right, okay. One of the best shows, I believe, is the Wiley Show. Okay, 5552, you live on the air. 5552. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, you live on the Wiley Show.
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead, brother.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know I was up there. First, I would like to congratulate you because you're doing an awesome job, man, and I think you need to keep it up. The part with Tasha, I just want to say, Tasha said that did she say it? And in the interview, she did not say anything. It was Star that said it.
Facts.
I think everybody's forgetting about that part. Did Tasha ever say what Cardi B is suing her for? It wasn't Tasha that made the statement. It was Star that always made the statement.
Facts.
That's all I have to say.
All right, thank you.
Congrats, man. Keep up the hard work.
Thank you.
I agree with you with the Chelsea situation. You did foresee it, and I kind of think Chelsea is messing with Terry.
You said who?
Terry, the guy that was sleeping with Nene.
Okay, thank you. All right. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for calling in. Thank you. Okay.
You're welcome.
All right. Bye-bye. Thank you. Make sure y'all click the like button. And listen, we don't have nothing against Chelsea. I think she's I think that's my sister, a beautiful woman. I would like to meet her. I just called it out because I saw right through it. And now that I was able to talk to Vaughn Ray's baby moms and everything like that, I just knew that he just wasn't a good guy. You know what I'm saying? You can't be out here painting this picture and you got your child out here that need medication and you're not being a good father. So I just say that. So the number is 646-716-8447. Let's go to the next caller, 2427. Caller, you on the air.
Hey, Wiley and Chet.
Hey.
Okay, we have to really think about this, okay? Tasha has admitted to intentionally, maliciously lying on Cardi. She's admitted to this in court. She's admitted to trying to extort money from Cardi B. She's said that she's not taking a video down until Cardi pays her money. That's a crime. Somebody said that in court, while watching Pornhub, she said something about underage girl videos. I don't know where that came from. That was kind of weird, but they was thrown in there. She admitted to having Star Marie on her show while knowing she was wanted in New York, and she had her on her show in Georgia. Her husband just admitted to tax evasion today. I'm just so confused because I think this is opening doors to a lot of criminal activity, and this is a federal court. And then on top of that, Tasha already has that R. Kelly situation going on with the federal court. So I think TashaK is really spent, and she's tired, and she's giving up, and everything is coming down and catching up with her.
I don't think that she's tired at all. I just think this is a ploy to bring more business to the KB Studios brand, to the brand. More business.
Another thing about that too, Wiley, I'm gonna say something, because this trial is giving me, back in the day, old girl, she who shall not be named.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Who's the old girl that can't be named? I'm not following.
IHOP.
Oh, you're talking about IHOP. Okay.
Okay, remember what the judge did to her, where she could not be on the internet at all?
But that was a criminal case. This is civil.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. This can lead and open that door into a criminal case, because Tasha has admitted on the stand to committing cyberbullying and all of these different crimes. So I'm really thinking that could be a part what happened with Tasha. I'm not worried about the money. Okay, she won't have the money to pay enough money for everything she's admitted to. But they can scrub her from the whole internet for the rest of her life.
They can't do that. That does not. I don't see that happening. I don't think this no criminal. It's no criminal investigation. This is a civil case. I don't believe that. Now, unless we get some updated information, that we can have that conversation another day. I do believe TashaK is going to leave this victorious. You're going to definitely see her hire more African American people. More brands are lining up to work with Unwind with TashaK. And despite what people are talking about, her people.
Wiley, yes.
Her people is still going to buy. Her people are still going to buy the product. And Fox News sit here and do a whole bunch of stuff, and they are $1 billion platform. So why are we coming at Tasha? Is because she's a dark-skinned Black woman. Fox News sit and do a lot on there, and they're a $1 billion enterprise. This is the beginning. 1 second. These are the beginning of a change and making TashaK and her husband to $1 billion company.
Okay, Wiley, I love it. Okay, yeah.
Because Fox News is $1 billion. Fox News is $1 billion industry, and they say Fox News sitting live. Can you still turn on your channel and watch Fox News, ma'am? Can you still turn on your channel and watch Fox News? What I'm saying.
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't.
Can you still do it if you want to watch Fox News?
Yeah, but
I rest my case.
I don't support that.
I rest my case. So people are just coming out on Tasha is because she's dark skinned. If she was a light bright, if she was Becky with the good hair, y'all would not come down on her like that.
She tears down Black dark skinned women and men every day.
I don't believe so. I don't believe so. I don't believe that. I believe that what she does on her platform is all for entertainment.
White people, she just goes after Black people.
No, she goes out a whole lot of folks on her platform, even on her app.
I have never seen Tasha go after a white person before.
She catered because, ma'am, she caters. Her platform is catered towards Black. Her platform is catered towards African American. That's her targeted audience. Her audience is not Ryan Seacrest. You know what I'm saying? Her audience is targeted to African American people. You're not gonna see her talking about One Direction. Justin Timberlake. That's not her targeted audience. It's platforms for that, but when it comes to Tasha, it's targeted for African American people. And I'm very passionate because I feel as though that she is being attacked because she's a Black woman.
You're very loyal.
I have to be loyal to her.
Wasn't she trying to throw you out and she was done with you 2 weeks ago? So you're very loyal. I can give you that. I wish I had a friend like you because you're very loyal because she was done with you and sick the whole internet on you 2 weeks ago, didn't she?
It doesn't matter what she did because my heart is loyal to Unwind with TashaK, and I love her, and also to her husband. How she helped African American people offering them jobs. Just look at that. When Chelsea was let go and fired, thrown on the street, TashaK built her back up. So let's not sit here and act like TashaK is not offering entertainment. It's many different channels was birthed from Unwind with TashaK because of the success of her channel. She's doing an amazing job, and I'm on her side. I'm standing beside her. And if she fall down, I'll be right there to help her up and will continue to watch her content. Okay, let's go to the next call. I'm turned up right now. Okay. Let's go. 8600. You live on the air.
Hey, Wiley, is there a reason why you stepping for TashaK so much?
Excuse me? What do you mean? I can't defend TashaK? Do you have a husband? Are you married?
Don't worry.
I'm asking you a question. Hold on 1 second. Do you have a husband? Are you in a relationship? I'm asking you a question. Do you have a husband?
Worry about it.
You probably don't have a husband, so you're probably not used of a man defending you, and that's fine. Just say that. You probably ain't used of a man coming to defend a woman because you're probably single.
I know you black, but you don't have to get angry like that.
I'm not angry. I asked you a question. I said, are you in a relationship? Are you married? And you don't want to answer because you're not.
No,
so you're not used of a man defending you. If you had a husband and really loved you and defend you, you will understand where I'm coming from. Go ahead, sister.
TashaK is a poor excuse for Black America.
Excuse me?
And not only that, TashaK is a poor excuse for Black America. And we have our Black kids looking up to her and thinking that it's okay to be like her, and it's not. So you're a simp.
Again, but do you listen to Cardi B? Do you listen to
talks about?
Do you listen to Cardi B?
This is why our kids are the way they are now.
Do you listen to Cardi B? I'm trying to understand here. Who do you listen to Cardi B? Are you on Cardi B side?
I'm not against neither one. And yes, if I like Cardi B, then that's my business.
Well, again, Cardi B say she's talking about WAP. She's talking about robbing folks. She's talking about a whole lot of stuff. She had allegedly paid strippers and all. She had did a lot of stuff. You ain't coming at her, but why are you coming at TashaK? Maybe because you're mad because she got a husband and you don't. Just be real.
Cardi B jokes sometimes. I don't know if she's joking or not, but I don't know. She could have been joking when she said that. But that's no excuse to go. But I think TashaK is jealous because Cardi B is light skinned.
I don't believe that, caller.
And she was light skinned.
You believe
all the Black people getting upset? Fuck you. I don't care.
Okay, well, we thank you so very much for calling in. She got real all right, thank you. She got real passionate. All right. 3989, call you on air.
Hey, Wiley, can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes.
Oh, my God. Okay, because I'm walking, right? And I'm listening, and I want to respond to everybody's comment, but I can't because I'm not on a panel or anything. But anyway, for all these people who keep saying, oh, this happened in court, this happened in court, they're not even in the courtroom. Like, who are they getting their information from? The only people that are reporting out on this case are for Cardi B. You have not heard anybody from TashaK's side come on here to say this is actually what happened in court because nobody knows. Like, everybody is speculating, taking a little bit of piece of information and just running with it. Like, they're not even in the courtroom. So that's what I wanted to address to that one caller. Are you in the courtroom? If not, shut up, keep your mouth closed, because you don't even know what's going on. You only hearing hearsay, she-say stuff, right? And so what I want to say to the other caller about censorship, right? I kind of believe in that in a little bit way. I believe if TashaK loses, in a way, it may set precedent as to what bloggers can really report out. Because if you notice, like years ago, the Shade Room sort of started off in the same way as TashaK with putting things out there, but they sort of tapered that off and they got a whole new platform where they just kind of report what everybody else has been reporting, right? So it kind of keeps their name clean. I believe TashaK will probably move more towards that way instead of saying allegedly or anything like that. She'll just report out what other people are reporting out, and that way it will save her name. Because on the flip side, while Armand is just running his mouth, I want Nicki Minaj to sue him because he has said a whole lot of stuff about her in this Jennifer Hughes case, which turned out not to be true, since he wants to go in and bash TashaK. Let Nicki Minaj sue your butt. Because you was like really on the wagon to discredit Nicki Minaj over this case. So what are your thoughts about that, Wiley?
Well, I would say this: if Nicki were to sue him, that's her right. Now, whether she win, that's a whole nother conversation. But let's just say if Nicki Minaj sues the Wiley Show, because I believe Jennifer Hughes paid off. I believe that. Who do you think going to win from that situation? I'm going to win. or mine's going to win.
You think you will win?
Because of the publicity. Even if we lose, we walking out of that door as a celebrity, as more power.
Right. Okay.
So
I believe that.
if you wanted to silence that person, I just think you should know it, because if you address it and say, I'm going to drag you in court, the media folk going to be interested. Right. Everybody going to be in, their mama going to be watching, and we will be a new media online entity. Because, of course, we will learn from that situation. Well, I'm going to speak for myself. I will learn from that situation, but I'm still going to be me doing media stuff. So I don't think that if you want to silence a person, I just think that you should annoy the person like Cardi B should have did with Tasha. Right. She didn't do it. Now Tasha is attached to Cardi. Now she's her picture and TashaK pictures side by side.
Side by side. Hey, and I'm riding along with TashaK at the end of the day, because I totally agree with you. This is only going to make TashaK bigger, and to me, it makes Cardi B a little bit weak. Like, who's going to be coming out to want to do a feature and all this other kind of stuff with her? Like a hardcore rapper, are they really going to come out and really do something with her? I doubt it, because she seems like she's fickle. She seems a little bit weak. And I think this really helps TashaK.
It does, because what it does, Cardi B sat and cried. It just made TashaK more big. And now everybody and their mama are interested when she going to go live.
Right.
What's going to be her content?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Her videos are still up. Yes. So, and then she have an app. So she have already been planting seeds of a plan B, plan C, have already done that. So people are going to follow where TashaK goes, because she still have this power of doing celebrity gossip. And this is going to open the door for her to interview more celebrities. They're not going to stop going to her channel.
And you know what? It ain't over until the fat lady sings. Just like when Jennifer went on the Real, everybody said, oh, Nicki Minaj is guilty, da-da-da-da-da. Okay, now look what happened, right? She's being countersued. So this is not over. We haven't heard from Tasha. We don't know what the end results are going to be. So I think everybody just needs to sit back, get their popcorn, and watch what happens. And I really believe TashaK is going to come out on top, whether she win, lose, or if it's a draw. At the end of the day, like you said, Wiley, this is going to propel her into higher. People are going to be wanting to give her stories, just feed her stuff. She's going to get fed so many different stories behind this, and she's going to be able to put it out, and she's going to report on it from the standpoint like what Wendy Williams does, like with her Hot Topics. This is what other people are saying in the street, and that's what TashaK is going to be. And so I'm going to win with TashaK, and I'm going to win with you, Wiley, because I just love you. So have a good day.
All right. I want to definitely read some stuff here. We got a response for an employee of KB Studios. She have said this under the Shade Room post. This is Chelsea here, and I want to quote her. Chelsea said, it wasn't your husband constantly cheating, embarrassing you. You not the knot on your head from the Met or being accused of buying your career, but it was TashaK that made you want to off yourself. Oh, wow. So she definitely responded to that. The Shade Room have posted this on their page as well. Got 47,000 likes. And also the Neighborhood Talk have also posted this on their page as well. And it got 9,000 likes, 82 comments. So we definitely keep you all updated on here. Let's go to the next. Make sure y'all like this video, share this live. 2262 caller, you're on the air. 2262, you're live on the air.
What's going on, Wiley?
Hey,
I just want to put a little take on this. Now, I know everybody is sitting up there like TashaK is going to lose this or not. TashaK is going to win either or, fam. If she lose, she's still going to win. She's going to get that publicity. Y'all don't see the bigger picture behind this whole thing. Cardi B looked weak as hell for even going up there and crying me a river and all that shit for doing. Come on, now you think motherfuckers in the hood ain't gonna sit up there and look at her and be like, you ain't really about that like you said you are. You know what I mean? Like, ain't nobody gonna want to collab with her if she ain't really about that life. Come on, man. Like, ain't nobody gonna really want to collab with her. She's doing the most. She's up there suing a YouTube blogger. And she didn't lose no money behind this. Cardi ain't lose no money behind this. She didn't lose nothing. So what did she go after her for? Why didn't you go after, to me, why didn't you go more after Storm Marie? No, you went after the blogger because you knew you could try to get some more money out of her. But this is not even like what she's not gonna get nothing out of this. I don't know why I think Cardi B took this way too far, and everybody trying to sit up there and say, act like Cardi B ain't trying to ruin other people's lives. Come on, man. Cardi B, isn't she behind trying to help Jennifer with that Nicki case? Did they just find that out? That's what I heard. I could be wrong, but that's what I heard. I heard she was behind that whole situation too. Wasn't she following that page?
I'm hearing you. Yes. I don't know for a fact, but that's what the rumor on the street was.
Sitting up there crying me a river, talking about I wanted to kill myself. Girl, you ain't trying. Come on now. This ain't make you feel that way now. Come on now. You ain't feel that way at all. After all the things you have been through, this wanted to make you wanted to do something to yourself? Come on, Cardi. You're crying me a river, and she's trying to play the game. But she don't fail to realize that she's losing publicity behind this. Because people are going to not want to be comfortable. People's not going to be comfortable interviewing her or being around her or anything because they're going to be afraid that she's going to sue them. They're going to be afraid that she might send gang members after them or whatever. You know, sick gang members. Ain't you supposed to be in a gang? How are you in a gang and you going to court? Like, I'm trying to figure this out. I don't understand her, man. I don't understand Cardi. But, you know what I mean? If TashaK win, that's what's up. But if she don't, she's still going to win. She got all the publicity that she needs. You know, like she don't, and then people keep on, and who is that Heaven Hollywood dude? He was up there saying that YouTube gonna be knocking on her door like, oh, how much money did you make off of this and all that? They're not gonna be worried about that because then she done already paid out what Cardi asked for. Right?
I hear you.
What's the use of trying to come after her about that money at this point? They're already taken down. They're gonna already be taken down. There ain't nothing they can do about that.
I feel you. Thank you so very much, brother. Thank you so very much for calling in.
Hold on, I just want to say one more thing.
Oh, go ahead.
And like you said, you know what? No, man, I'm done, Wiley. Go ahead. I'm gonna let everybody go in there and talk. And that girl crazy as heck that came on your show talking all that mess. And she's on your show. Listen, if somebody don't like you, why are you calling in? You don't like him, right? You feel like that he takes TashaK's side, right? You more Cardi's side, right? What you call for? I don't get it. I don't get people that do that. How you gonna call somebody you don't like? You know what I mean? That don't even make sense. But all right, Wiley, thank you.
Thank you. All right. Make sure y'all like the video. We are live. All right. 0172.
Hey, Riley.
Hey.
Listen, this is the old Jamaican. And let me tell you, listening to you, this tell me the education level of your listeners. They keep saying, a lot of them keep calling saying, why are you kissing up to Tasha? Why are you taking up for her? They have to realize you're trying to build yourself too. And I know deep down you know that all this crap she doing wrong, but listen, if it means that you gotta kiss her ass to put you on top, even though if you see her pushing someone in a train, you're gonna say you didn't see her do it, that's what you're doing right now. You are staying close to her to build your brand. And I don't understand the people that saying people have a vendetta against Tasha. We don't know her, we just see her. You have vendetta against people that you know, that you're close to, that you're friends with. We're not friends with her. We just see her on her blog, but it's not like anybody know her. What vendetta could people have for just looking at her and listening to the stuff that she's saying? And I don't understand people agreeing. Or journalism doesn't mean you slander and talk bad stuff about people like she's doing. And she was going in on the girl over and over and over, saying a lot of derogatory, nasty stuff about her. That's not journalism, and they're comparing her to all these big journalists. I don't see Oprah doing that. I don't see other journalists spreading rumors. 'Cause it's different when you're saying gossip and stuff, but when you start spreading bad, nasty rumors about people, it's bad. And then they're being malicious and all of that. No. And then people talking about, oh, black and black and black. It's amazing. It's convenient to mention black certain times, but at this point, all Tasha goes off is black people. Everybody she talk crap about is black. Every single soul. So they're saying people going after her because she's black. No, she goes after black people. She dog everybody that's black. She sit down and sip wine and have joy after her own black people. So I don't understand people with this, oh, it's because she's black and it's because she's black. Who cares? It's amazing. Oh, only blacks worry about blacks. Because white people not worried about them. They're the only one, they mess each other up and then they talk about, oh, it's because we're black. And Tasha only goes after black people. She only goes after black people. And nobody's seen that. You know, she slandered this poor girl, talk crap. Yes, the girl go in court and cry because she's sad about all this stuff that's happening. No matter how much you think you big and bad and stuff, you don't want anybody to sit down and talk all these bad stuff about you and slander you every day. And she talked nasty stuff about this girl. And all these people who are just jumping up and down for joy because they're not so bright wouldn't like someone, I guess for them that's cool because maybe that's the kind of life that they live where people sit and just talk nasty stuff about them and they think that is cool. But I would cry too if I was her because that is bad what Tasha does to her. And they're making it look like Cardi is white. She's a black person too. She may be Hispanic, but she's still considered black. You know? So the people need to lighten up and think about what they're saying and think that someone is doing all of what Cardi did to Tasha. And how is she going to win? Winning by being nasty to someone? They call it, oh, she's going to be successful. She's going to win. She's going to win. By being nasty and mean, her conscience is going to bother her after a while because she's going to sit and think about all the stuff she did to that girl. That's not journalism. If that's what they want to call it, no, that's not journalism. And people need to stop thinking, oh, she's going to win, she's going to this, she's going to that. No, she needs to stop. Do a better job of doing it. They talk about Lovely T, but Lovely T didn't go and didn't want to stop. Cardi begged her to stop, and she wouldn't. So they're talking about Lovely T and that other girl. They're not the one who on the air every day on their website talking about Cardi. They're not doing it, so why should she go after them? And I listen to Lovely T, and she don't do stuff like Cardi do. Like, not Cardi, Tasha do. She don't do the stuff that Tasha do. Her blog is kind of different. But Tasha, she just go in on people and just talk them and find the worst thing to say about them. The worst. Gosh.
All right. Thank you for being passionate all the way from Jamaica. Okay. Also, Hollywood Unlocked wrote a post and they said Cardi B typically testified during the trial she felt S-word over YouTuber TashaK allegations. Only a demon could do that ish. They definitely wrote it. Oh, they got 10,000 likes. And they got people that's making comments about it. One person said, I hope she wins. People are forgetting that celebrities are humans too. So they're writing in here. I don't see any celebrities. I will bring you update on there. If we got anybody with blue check verifications making any comments, we definitely will bring it to you live. And also too, we're going to be definitely covering Megan Thee Stallion. That is coming up today. So this is the year of the trials, or the month of trials. All right, let's go to the next caller. 0327, caller, you're on the air.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
Okay, so this is how I see it. I know everybody has their favorites, but at the end of the day, it's kind of pointless to argue who's right, who's wrong, in my opinion, because to me, I see them as entertainers. Like they both are monetizing off of what they do. And I think that TashaK used Cardi B for clickbait. And I think that Cardi B is trying to make an example out of TashaK, you know, for other bloggers, maybe not to talk about her or address her, you know, personal life or whatever. But that's just how I see it. I think it's just a matter of business. So I want to hear your thoughts. What do you think? Do you think this is just one big misunderstanding or what?
I personally believe this is a gift for Tasha because she have always dreamed of being this big entity on the level of Wendy Williams. I think her dream have came true today because now we are talking about Tasha, Tasha. And I told people, they was like, wow, ain't nobody gonna be covering this. Everybody is covering this in this space on the big blogs as well as TMZ. I don't know if it got any radio coverage because I'm not listening to the radio. So if anybody definitely cover it, I know I'm hearing that the Breakfast Club may cover it tomorrow. So I'm not 100% sure. Today is Thursday, so maybe the Breakfast Club will cover it and some radio stations will cover it. But this is newsworthy because she cried. She even made this more interesting.
You're right. You're right. It's all drama. Who knows? Maybe they're playing us all and they're friends behind the scenes. You know, you never know. But thank you.
All right, thank you so very much. Make sure y'all like the video. We got we got a lot of callers, so we're gonna get to everybody. So give me a second. Next caller, 9175. You're live on the air.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
I listened to everything concerning TashaK. You know, if we turn this all around, what about if TashaK did cry and she stand up on that stage and she cried today and CardiB didn't cry? You know what people would have said? Oh, she crying, she looking for sympathy. TashaK this, TashaK that. At the end of the day, when you look at all of this, TashaK wins. And as I said last night, TashaK knew the assignment. She did exactly what she was supposed to say. Everybody putting it like TashaK is this big monster. Because she talk nasty about people. She say all this, like everything she talk about, she talk nasty. Like she don't do no good. And everybody just thinking, oh, this woman is a bad person and people want to see she done. I saw a man put up something, TashaK husband show she under the bus. You really think TashaK husband would show she under the bus? These people know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. They're giving you things to talk about. So when all of us saying, oh, she husband show she husband and show she under the bus, they know exactly what it was doing. They know exactly what it was going to say in court today. So it's all of us thinking about, oh, this, they may break up, they may separate, they may this. TashaK may move different on her platform. She may do certain things, but she know exactly what she was doing. CardiB dragged TashaK along with she. Ain't she correct? She dragged that woman along with she. And she stand up there today and cry because she's looking for sympathy. She's looking for somebody, here we go again, payroll and sympathy. Looking for somebody to feel sorry for she. Oh my God, she want to kill herself. She want to hurt herself. You really think this girl want to kill herself? She don't want to kill herself. That is for all of us to say, Tasha is a wicked person. She's an evil. What about if TashaK did say how much money she spent, she wanted to kill herself, she wanted to do something? Nobody is saying these things. TashaK know exactly what she was doing. I do not want to bring back up what you said last night because I fall asleep. I was waiting for you to come on with your man story. I know that's a different topic, but the thing about it is a man wants to be a celebrity. A man don't want to be no blogger. He wants to be a celebrity. And if you're thinking, why Jason Lee didn't post him? Why Sean Davey Wade didn't post him? Why his friend Kingpin didn't post him? You was the only person that talk about it. Nobody talk about he speak about CardiB. He is playing the game too. He is playing CardiB. So when all of us are looking at it, something probably going on, and I wanted to look into his story. He say a story when he reached to Los Angeles. He say some story time. I wanted to look into the story time. He could be talking about Kingpin or maybe Sean. So you, even though he don't like you, you the only person cover that thing. Nobody else covered. So it's not even bloggers. Jason Lee, and I think a man is trying to be Jason Lee. He wants to be the next Jason Lee. He don't want to really be no YouTuber talking about people. He want to rub shoulder with Cardi B. He want to see the celebrities. He want to meet the person from here, from there. The celebrities he want to meet. And Cardi B using he too at the same time, but he don't know that you say he wouldn't get invited to the birthday party, she invite him. He wouldn't get invited to Offset birthday party, she go on. She wouldn't come on his radio, she do it. She's using him and playing him. That boy wants to be a celebrity. He hates TashaK so much. He talks so nasty about a woman. But I think he wants to be TashaK. He wish he was TashaK too. He wish he had that million. Believe me what I'm saying, Wiley.
Okay.
Listen to that story. And he wants to be TashaK. TashaK, we love you. If you're hearing, hold your head up high in your white suit, your black suit. And we can't wait to hear what you have to say when you come.
Yes, I do believe Armand wants to be a celebrity. I can 100% agree. He want to rub elbows like Jason Lee was rubbing elbows with Kanye West. He was rubbing elbows with all these people for that. But also, too, Jason Lee got on his knees and begged and pleaded to get that Floyd Mayweather cosign. So I do believe he wants to be a celebrity. There's nothing wrong with being a celebrity, but you're definitely speaking facts on that. Now, I was the only one that covered the Cardi B situation of going on my Wiggins Twitter space. I need to get the credit because I covered it. Nobody covered it. All these people that say they love Armand Wiggins, they love him so much. He's just so great. One person even tried to drag me. He didn't cover it at all, and I covered it. So thank you so very much for giving me the credit, sister, on that. All right, let's go to the next caller. 5518, calling on air.
Hey, Wiley, how are you?
Wonderful.
Okay, so I got a lot to say. So first of all, I feel some type of way about that caller saying that TashaK was a poor excuse for a black woman. Honey, so what is your definition of what a black woman is supposed to be like? And then let's talk about Mr. Armand. Okay, so he is like really excited about all of this and thinking that he's doing something, but Armand, and deep inside of you, you really do love Tasha. Your feelings is hurt about something that she probably did a while back, and you can't get over it, just like you couldn't get over it when you had your little situation with TS Medicine. It's an abandonment and neglect issue that you need to deal with. That's okay. I get it. I understand. I've been there. Then as far as Cardi B, you mean to tell me that you want to cry and you wanted to kill yourself? But honey, I watched you on Love and Hip Hop, and you acted a plum donkey every daggone episode. And now you want to cry? Girl, get over yourself. And she does have her own low self-esteem issues. That's why she won't be quiet about how she had to get a bag and fix her teeth. And just like he won't be quiet about how he don't got a mentor. They two peas in a pot. They need to get over it. It is what it is. I'm coming in here hitting the wine glass. And hi, Wiley.
Hi.
Love you.
Love
Bye.
you. Bye. Okay, the number is 646-716-8447. We need 900 likes. All right. Man, we got so many callers. My phone, I'm getting so many texts. We are live, you guys. So we extended the show. That's what we do over here. We're gonna make sure we get to all the callers. So we just be patient. Okay, we going to the next caller. Anonymous, you live on the air. All right, I guess they're not ready. Okay, 2935, you live on the air. 2935.
Hello.
Hi, welcome to the
Hello.
Wiley Show. How you doing?
Hi, Wiley.
Hi.
How you doing?
Doing wonderful.
Okay, so my opinion on it is Cardi B is full of shit.
Oh, no
Now, let me
cussing.
just say,
No cussing.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. But let me say, I do like Cardi B. I like TashaK as well. But it's like everything that Tasha pretty much said about Cardi, we already kind of heard before out of Cardi's mouth. All the things that she did prior to Love and Hip Hop or during that time, and for her to sit up there and say that she wanted to commit suicide from what Tasha said is like laughable almost. Now, I'm not in her shoes. I'm not a celebrity. I don't, all of that, but it just doesn't make any sense that you would want to kill yourself when you sit on national TV in front of millions of people every week, and you literally acted a fool, like the other caller said. You literally told us that you used to prostitute. You told us that you did all these other things, and you said it in front of the world. So now, because a blogger who doesn't even have the status that you have made some stories about you that made you want to commit suicide, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. And I just think that ultimately, I think that the case will end where maybe they can't speak on each other no more. Maybe Tasha can't speak on her anymore. But at the same time, I think it's not going to be good for bloggers wise, because think about it. People have done this so many, like for years. One of those newspapers, what's it called? The Extra, something like that. All of those, they've been around for years. Wendy has done this for years. People used to pull up on Wendy, want to fight her, all kind of stuff like that. But I mean, nobody has took it to this extent. So I think if Tasha loses, it's going to set some kind of precedent when it comes to blogging, and it's not going to be good for people that use this. When people that this is what they do, this is their career. So I don't think Tasha should lose this case. Maybe stop reporting on Cardi, because I mean, let's be real, Cardi had one album come out. We haven't heard anything else from her besides a couple of singles. It's like her music career-wise is dying down, if you want to be honest. So I think maybe stop reporting on her unless it's something major, and just dismiss the case, because it's like, it's like, to say you wanted to cry and if you wanted to cry over what Tasha said, all these things previously, and your former friends talking about you should have wanted to cry during that time. That's just how I feel about it.
All right. We thank you so very much for calling in. The number is 646-716-8447. Thank you. Okay. Anonymous, you live on air.
Hello, Wiley.
Hi.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I got a couple things to say. First of all, the only person I feel sorry for in this case on TashaK's side is her husband. That man probably is up there embarrassed that he has to sit here and go through all this foolery when I'm pretty sure at some point he told TashaK, don't say that. Don't put that up. Why are you doing this? But she jumped out the window and went insane. I do believe that Cardi B was depressed from this. We all can see that Cardi B is very sensitive and emotional. So I do believe that Cardi B had some effects from this. That girl was pregnant, just had her first kid. Come on, TashaK, you was wrong, point blank, period. I'm not going to sit here and act like Cardi B has not done things. Cardi B, your past is always going to be there, lady. And you know what you did, and you know what you said in the past about people. But it does not, TashaK being a Black woman does not excuse her behavior. It's unacceptable. Now, let me get off of that and go on Ron Wiggins. I sat there and watched you, sir, up here and paint this. TashaK was just made Cardi B so heartbroken at the time. She was going through stuff with her husband and her kids, and it must have made her feel unbearable. Well, let me tell you something, sir. But I call bullcrap on all of that, because y'all sat here and did the same thing to Nicki Minaj. That's why it's hard for people to feel sorry for Cardi B, because y'all do the same thing to other people. Y'all do the same exact thing to Nicki Minaj. So I don't feel sorry for Cardi B in that part. TashaK is 100% wrong. You do not slander and put lies on people. I don't care what it is. It seemed like TashaK got personal with Cardi B. That's where she messed up at. She got personal with that girl. If you're going to be a Wendy Williams or whatever you want to be, keep it professional. TashaK got personal. And
this is a very bad look on her studio. Her husband could be doing anything right now. That man is in court testifying for foolery. Cardi B has sent TashaK cease and desist, and I'm pretty sure asked her repeatedly to remove those videos off her platform. She did not do it. She deserves to be sued for every penny. And I feel sorry for that man that he has worked hard and built a company that is going to be looked at as not credible. Anybody who is serious will not sit down with TashaK. And we know Cardi B is sympathy and payola, and she is putting it on the stand, and it's going to work in her favor because TashaK was wrong. Now, y'all sit here and say, you cannot sit here and say that Cardi B is this victim when y'all, and that's the only thing that makes me mad about it. You paint Cardi B as a victim when it comes to TashaK, but y'all did the same thing to Nicki Minaj with that other woman, or Vaughn Wiggins. So how dare you even speak? And we all know you have a personal vendetta, seems like, against TashaK. So what you say is biased, just like everything else Wiley says towards TashaK. We got to take it with a grain of salt because Wiley likes TashaK. So I get you stick up for your friends. And her that Chelsea, if she's in the comments of the shade room, let me tell you something. If I was TashaK's husband, you would be fired because they're in court. You do not make public comments, ma'am. And that's one thing about TashaK and her company. If they want this company to do anything, you have to learn how to be professional. Be professional. TashaK employees have no reason speaking on this situation until the courts are over. I don't care what Cardi B done did in the past. TashaK being a black woman does not excuse her behavior. And she is an older black woman. We know what Cardi B did in the past and what she said some unflattering things about black women, but does that give anybody the right to sit here and put illnesses on her? That woman was pregnant, and she said she just had a baby, and she felt like she didn't deserve her child. TashaK, you are a mother. And I could have sworn I done seen some videos where they say you had every mother has postpartum depression. So how can you want people to feel sorry for you and you go and do it to Cardi B? This thing with Cardi B and TashaK, not personal. And her husband, please listen here, sir. If you want people to work with your production company and y'all saying this is a win for TashaK, I don't see how this is a win for TashaK. Losing a court case that's probably going to be in the millions of dollars is not a win for anybody. Everybody can get a headline. Anybody can get a headline on TMZ. That does not make them a celebrity. This is a bad spotlight on TashaK company. A bad spotlight. And Cardi B, I get what you were going through as a mother, but that does not excuse your behavior in the past and some of the things you have said. And y'all bloggers who want people to feel sorry for Cardi B, go and apologize to Nicki Minaj before we can have a conversation.
All right.
And that's all I have to say about this, Wiley.
Well, we thank you so very much for calling in. Okay. All right. Thank you. That caller came in speaking that fire only on the Wiley Show. Okay. Let's go. Anonymous, you live on the air. Anonymous. All right.
Hey, Wiley. Excuse my background. Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
Hello?
Hey, I can hear you.
Hey,
Yes.
sorry about my background. I'm at work.
Okay.
I just want to say, if you guys believe that Cardi B did not have sex with her husband throughout the duration, you have to be crazy because her whole video is about sex. She's promoting that, and she said out of her own mouth that she get it whenever she wanted. So you telling me that you were scared to have sex with your man, with your husband? Child, please. Child, please. I don't believe it. And she's trying to get an Oscar that she would never get. She's trying to get an Oscar that she would never get because if I was on that damn jury, I can read between the line that she's putting on a show. And it is worthless for her to act like that. She's supposed to be the gangster. And her OG should be ashamed of Cardi B because she repped that gang life. How dare her get on that stand and seem like a coward? She was a coward on that stand. And she should be ashamed. The Bronx hybrid should be ashamed of what she did on that stand. If that's the case, she should have just stood her ground on that stand without the tears. Them tears made her a coward. And I look at Cardi B differently now, and everyone should clown her on music videos, on the rap. Clown her because she's a clown now in my eyes, in my humble opinion. She is a wimp. Baby tears on the stand, and you're supposed to be this gangster. Because just in the other day when she was on Armand's show, that show recently, where no one gave Armand credit for, and he was crying, and now he's throwing TashaK under the bus, and he hates TashaK and all this. But you crying and stuff when no one show you love. But she was just saying that she was a gangster. I'm not quoting her, but something similar. That she was a gangster and this and this and that. You're a gangster how? You crying on the stand. Crying is supposed to be for me, for the Wiley, for every other person that's not no gangster and repping no gang. The gang members should be ashamed of her, in my humble opinion. Every sex. She tried to play it off like she a housewife, and she's a loser in my eyes, and I don't see it for her anymore. Never did anyway. But thank you. I'm going back in the bushes.
All right. Thank you so very much, Icon. All right. The number is 646-716-8447. All right. 3197. Caller, you're on the air.
Hello?
Yes, you're live on the air. How you doing?
So Wiley, I was just listening in, and I'm just astonished at all these Black women that have hatred towards TashaK. I mean, to wish that she loses everything over this case is just crazy. And it's very telling that a lot of these women probably don't have much, because anybody who's built anything, especially if you built yourself up from nothing, would have a hard time wishing that someone would lose everything. As far as I think someone said that they were comparing TashaK to Oprah and Gayle. Tasha is not like Oprah and Gayle, and I definitely believe that she's getting the hate because she is a Black woman. I mean, she's no different than you think about Howard Stern, Chelsea Handler, Joan Rivers. They all did the same thing. We didn't see them being sued, but when you think of Wendy Williams, even Cat Williams, their lives were at stake. People wanted to beat them up, and I think it's because some Black people hate themselves. It's entertainment. This is when you talk about being entertainment. No one should think that when they're going on a gossip blog that they're getting research journalism. It's implied that it's entertainment, that it's laughs. Yes, TashaK was going back and forth with Cardi B, but Tasha's mama said yesterday that her life was threatened. So we don't know what was going on behind the scenes, and what Cardi B may have been doing behind the scenes with TashaK, and it may not have been direct. So Tasha was not able to come out and say it directly. So yeah, she may have been throwing slangs and stuff like that after the interview. But of course, the interview in itself wasn't, I don't believe that the interview in itself was something that she, did out of a malicious intent. These Black women are getting on this platform. They're they have some kind of imaginary, image of Cardi B talking about she was embarrassed and, she's a housewife. I mean, Cardi B's image was already tarnished from the get-go. This woman sings about selling her vagina, using her vagina. She talked about the things that she did, drugging men and robbing them as a stripper, hiring people to beat up these strippers that she thought was sleeping with her man. I mean, the way she acted at those awards with Nicki Minaj, this woman is not no housewife. And it's not far-fetched that she may have had some disease, the way she was living her life. But she's far from wholesome. She's more like wholesome. And that's all I want to say.
All right. Thank you so very much. Okay. We're also on Twitter, tweeting as well. We got a lot of callers in here. Thank you, sister. We're going to get to everybody. All right. We're going to go to the next caller, 9522. 9522. You live on air.
Hello.
Hi. Welcome to the Wiley Show.
Hi, Wiley. Listen, I have a lot to unpack, so just get ready. First, I'm going to address TashaK and Cardi B's court case. First of all, I do not have any sympathy for Cardi B. I'm sorry. She's playing the Karen role in court pretty well. I just feel as though she said so many things about so many people. Was she crying when she talked about that woman's dead baby? No. Was she crying when she got people allegedly to beat those strippers up? No. Was she crying when she threw that shoe at that lady on Love and Hip Hop? No. Was she crying when she threw her shoe at Nicki Minaj? No. So it's just like, come on, Cardi, for real though. Like, you're playing the part. Allegedly, her lawyer probably told her to play that in court, which might be a good move, might not be a good move, but she's giving me very much Karen. Like, girl, nobody feels sorry for you. Like, you on the internet, online, more than you put out music, and you're always going back and forth with somebody, and you're always dragging somebody too. Is TashaK perfect? No. But it's plenty of bloggers out here that talk about you, Cardi. So what you want to do? Take them all to court? And one caller did say if she wins, it could be a bad thing for bloggers, and I do agree with that. Like, who are you to think you're above being talked about in the blogs? It's a lot of celebrities that get talked about in the blogs, and they're not doing what Cardi B is doing. Why is she playing like she's innocent? Why is she playing the victim role? Like, her mouth never shuts up. She gets away with everything. It's giving very much Karen. If she wins this court case, it's giving very much Karen. Like, no, I don't feel sorry for her. I'm sorry. Like, girl, you are very much, you very much was still doing things with your husband. Like, stop making it seem like this stopped your life. You felt like suicidal. Like, girl, bye. You were still out here doing your thing. So I don't feel sorry for you. You've done so many things to all these other people, and you wasn't crying then. So what are you crying for now? And Armand, just like the other lady said, Armand, you dragged, and I'm not saying, and I'm a Barb, and I love Nicki Minaj. I'm not saying she's perfect. Nobody's perfect in this world. But Armand, you're still holding a grudge from when she unfollowed you, and now you all of a sudden drag her all the time. You don't keep that same energy with Cardi B. You're biased. Like, you don't call her out or anything that she does. And everything Nicki does, you try to, talk bad about her. Even with her recent court case that she just won. Like, you still trying to find ways of her, failing at this court case. So Armand needs to hang it up. Like, But Cardi B, nobody feels sorry for you. Thank you, Wiley.
All right. Thank you so very much. We are on Twitter, so make sure y'all retweet this tweet or quote the tweet on Twitter at Wiley Show, WILEYSHOW. Give me a second. We're going to go to the next caller here. We have a lot of callers in here. We getting to everybody. All right. 4805. 4805. You live on the air. Hello? 4805. Okay. All right. We're going to go to the next one. 9328. 9328. You live on the air. 9328. Hello. 9328. Last four. I'm doing the last four of your number. 9328. Okay. We're going to go to the next one. I guess they're taking a phone call. 6101. 6101.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
How you doing?
Doing all right.
Good, honey. First, I want to say I'm a fan. I've been watching you from way back when you used to go back and forth with Missy Blaine. You've really grown, and I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Second on, I think we all ought to take a listen or look at some of the people who are actually in the courtroom. Because I know there's two different YouTubers, not real big, you know, that are actually in the courtroom. And this one particular one is Choke No Joke, that I watched yesterday, last night, and this afternoon. And he's really given a non-biased, you know, post by post review. From what I can see, and of course, again, I wasn't there, but I am listening to those that are actually in the courtroom every day. And by the way, you had a caller say they weren't on trial. They are at trial. There's a jury, you know, they are at trial. We've heard so far Cardi's side, which would make you tend to believe that Cardi may win, only because we haven't heard the defensive side. Do you know what I mean? So basically, we are going to have to wait and see. There is a freedom of speech that we're looking at here. And I think once all the details come in, you know, everybody's predicting. I don't think we can predict at this point, you know. And I don't have a bone either way. You know, I'm just a 63-year-old woman that happens to love YouTube. But, yeah, I would, you know, maybe you could even get in touch and interview him because he's in the courtroom every day. Joke, no joke. So that's all I have to say.
Okay, thank you. All right, thank you so very much.
welcome.
Okay, bye-bye, sis.
Oh, no problem.
All
babe.
right, I don't know what she was talking about. Anonymous, you live on the air.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey,
Hey. Blink twice. Can you hear me? You okay? You good?
I'm listening. Go ahead.
Okay. Hold on. I don't think I can hear you.
Can you hear me? I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. So the first thing that I want to say is I just got a question for all of the people that is calling in. Would they have that same energy if it was Nicki Minaj taking TashaK to court for putting STDs on her? If it was a black woman, if it was Nicki Minaj taking TashaK to court, would the energy still be the same? Or would people say, you know what, Tasha was wrong. I understand where Nicki is coming from. TashaK shouldn't have slandered Nicki. TashaK shouldn't have did this. I just want to know, like, would all of these people that's making it seem like what TashaK did was okay, would they have the same energy had it been against Nicki Minaj? Had Nicki Minaj, you know, took TashaK to court? The other thing is that I am like appalled with the way people are basically making, you know, fun or a mockery of Cardi B saying that, you know, she was contemplating suicide. Like, Cardi B had just had her baby in July of 2018. When TashaK did the Star Marie interview, that was in September of 2018. Do y'all understand postpartum depression? In addition to getting attacked constantly by a blogger that just cannot seem to keep your name out of their mouth, that just is constantly on the attack. So she has postpartum depression, and then she has this blogger. She's new in the game. She's 24, 25 years old, just coming into this industry. And now she's being attacked from all angles. I cannot believe that you women are really sitting up here thinking that it's okay, that she's supposed to be able to take that and she's supposed to accept that because that's what she signed up for. She did not come into this industry in this dog-eat-dog world to be attacked constantly, for somebody to be slandering her constantly, for somebody to be putting STDs on her. Do you think Beyonce, if it was Beyonce and TashaK was doing this to Beyonce, do you think Beyonce would not have TashaK behind up in court? Do you think if TashaK did this to Taylor Swift, do you think TashaK would still have her YouTube channel? I just want to know, because y'all, all y'all black women are sitting up here, keep talking about, oh, this is a black woman. If this black woman had did this to another high-profile celebrity, another high-profile black woman, would you all have that same energy? Because you all are confusing me. There's a difference between right and wrong. TashaK was wrong. TashaK didn't only take
90
what Marie
seconds.
said. TashaK made it into a business to constantly attack Cardi B, to constantly go after her about what Star Marie said. TashaK did that for 3 years. Do you think Beyonce or Rihanna would sit up here and allow somebody to put an STD or herpes out on them for 3 years? No. When you hear something about Jay-Z or Beyonce in the news, you hear it one moment and then the next minute you don't hear it no more. You know why? Because they handle those things behind the scenes. They send out those cease and desist.
60
They tell
seconds.
those people, if you don't stop, I'm going to sue you. And guess what they do? They stop. What about Nicki Minaj that got that writer fired because that writer said that Nicki Minaj music needs to elevate? I mean, come on. Don't act like as if this does not happen. You people are acting really, really, really slow. Like y'all are acting really, really slow. And Black people want acceptance, want respect, want to be included. They want everything. But then they want to be the first to discriminate against somebody because they don't feel like that person is black enough, or that person is not Black. Cardi B is Afro-Latina. Her husband is Black. She has a Black child. Her best friend is Black. Her hairstylist is Black. Her stylist
10
is Black.
seconds.
She do videos with Black people. Like, she grew up around Black people. What is this whole thing about her not being Black and it's being okay because she's not Black? Like, y'all people sound slow and sick in the head. It's all because of the color of her skin, so it's okay for TashaK to attack her because she is not Black enough for y'all? That's the reason why it's okay for TashaK to attack her? Like, y'all sound crazy. Y'all sound sick. And none of y'all would sit up there and accept that had it been y'all mama, had it been y'all sister, or somebody that was famous, or somebody that had that celebrity status that TashaK was attacking. Y'all would be going tooth and nail for that. And y'all sitting up here demeaning this girl for standing up for herself. There's nothing wrong with Cardi B standing up for herself. Y'all want to make her seem weak. She's not weak for standing up for herself. She's actually strong for standing up for herself. Y'all are a disgrace. All of y'all Black women that sitting up here caping for TashaK and making it seem like what she did was okay to antagonize somebody. Now, had Cardi B really offed herself, I wonder if y'all Black women would still be feeling the same way. And again, if TashaK had did this to Nicki Minaj, Rihanna, Beyonce, I wonder if y'all Black women would still feel the same way. Y'all are sick and twisted, all for entertainment. Y'all are okay with being entertained at somebody else's expense. Y'all don't care if somebody else go and commit suicide. And then y'all wonder, y'all be on the blogs when somebody done committed suicide. Oh, why they did that? Oh my God, no, they should have got help. They ain't got no friends. They ain't got nobody here. They ain't got nobody here. Now here this girl is saying, listen, what this woman did had me suicidal, had me contemplating suicide. Newly wedded, a new mother, postpartum, and then I got this lady attacking me that I don't know out the clear blue, and she won't stop the attack. Like, y'all are sick. Right. Y'all are sick. Every single person that's caping for TashaK and making it seem like it is okay, y'all are sick and twisted, period. It was nothing okay about what TashaK did. And thank God Cardi B did not commit suicide. Thank God she had people around her that, she was okay. But I mean, just the thought of her wanting to commit suicide and y'all making a mockery of y'all laughing. Oh, she gaslighting. She pressing the issue. Like, what? This girl just came in the industry, 24 years old. Just had a baby. Like, y'all are crazy, bro. Y'all. And another thing, everybody keep talking about people don't get sued. Wendy Williams done been sued. The National Enquirer got sued by Dr. Phil for $250 million, okay? Howard Stern done been sued multiple times. TMZ done been sued multiple times.
Is they still in business?
You have the news stations, news broadcasters that's also sued.
Is they still in business?
Excuse me?
Is they still in business is what I'm talking about. They're still in business, right?
Okay, it doesn't
So what
matter
I'm saying is,
maybe
if
they
you
have
do
the
it,
insurance.
they probably
maybe
do.
they have the insurance and they have the money.
Do you think that
to
Tasha
pay
have
out
it?
or to settle those
And I'm
lawsuits.
going to say it, TashaK probably have that as well. So this is not so uncommon that a media outlet is getting sued, because you just name a whole list of people that got sued, and everybody that you named is still in business.
Yes, because they had a team behind them. TashaK is an independent person, Wiley. Just like they took Donald Trump off of Twitter, they can snatch TashaK YouTube channel. YouTube is not TashaK. What TashaK decides to do on YouTube is not necessarily a business. That's something that she chooses to do. She chooses to attack people on a public platform. That's not her job. Her job is not to attack. She made it into her job.
Well, that's your opinion.
YouTube gave her a platform
think that
to get
she
on their
attacked
platform and be expressive, but it's not her job.
What?
Y'all need to stop saying that that's her job. It is not her job to get online and attack people.
Well, that's your opinion. Well, we thank you so very much for calling in, sister. Okay. All right. We got to...
Y'all are sick.
Okay. Thank you, caller. Okay. Somebody just left a comment saying that was the same caller that said she'll let R. Kelly babysit her child. Okay. 3336 caller, you're on the air.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Well, I think that Cardi B, like one of the other callers called in and said she had an acting debut and was she's never going to get an Oscar or whatever, because that's what I think that she did today.
Mm-hmm.
I think that she just cried because she's looking for an acting role. And I do think that TashaK had a right to say whatever she wants to say on her platform. If it's not true, then it's not true. If she's Afro-Latino, I'm sure she's been called worse growing up in the hood and being around the community of people that she's been around. So I don't understand why today she's so sensitive. And if she had postpartum depression and she wanted to commit suicide, then she should have seen a doctor, not a lawyer. Have a good evening, Wally.
All right. Thank you so very much. The number is 646. Oh, the phone lines is done. So we just taking these callers that's left. We got about 5 more callers left, and we're going to give our closing remarks. 5948, caller, you on the air. 59.
Wiley.
Yes.
Yes. For the last caller, I don't know what she was talking about, but Cardi, I don't feel bad for her because she didn't feel bad when she was drugging guys, stealing their money, beating girls up, talking all this mess, sending her goons out, doing everything else, and now she's wanting to cry in the courtroom. Tasha never, for me, I've been a wino. I never personally heard Tasha say that she had herpes. I heard she said that she had a herpes on her lip. And if you have cold sores, technically you have the complex, the herpes complex. So the lady that she interviewed, Star, is the one who said that Cardi had herpes. And everything she said was allegedly. Cardi's just mad because she tried to bully everybody else, all these other YouTube bloggers. She bullied them to not talk about her. She even bullied the Shade Room and the neighborhood talking to everybody else, and Tasha wouldn't back down. That's her problem. She's mad because Tasha would not back down, and I don't blame Tasha. And if she wins this case, it's going to affect other bloggers because then that's going to change what you can talk about. I think everybody should stick up for TashaK because she's the only one that's putting out all this information. And if Cardi don't want her business out, tell her husband to keep his private to himself. That's all I got to say.
All right. Well, thank you so very much for calling in. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye. Okay. 0970, caller, you're on the air.
Hey, Wiley, how you
Hey.
doing?
Doing all right.
Okay. So Cardi B, she's been a problem since she came into the industry. Like, don't everybody see the problem? Like, she came in having a problem with Nicki Minaj. She rode that hate train. It's like, why is there a hate train on Nicki Minaj? And then why did you come in the game hating on Nicki Minaj? Like, let's speak facts. Like, you came through hating. Like, for whatever reason, like somebody conjured up something. And then it's like, okay, people catching on to you. You don't like it. TashaK, one of the people that caught on to her. People don't like you, Cardi B. A lot of people don't like you. You know, some people love you, those are fans. But there's people that don't like you. Like, you've been the conversation since you got into the business. You are a problem. Like, you throw a shoe, don't talk about my daughter. When she's talking about other people's kids, like she used to be a stripper, like a dancer, like, you know, she's talking about, don't do this, don't do that. You know, but she can do it. Like, what? Her attitude. It's like, come on, like, who are you talking to? And then it's like, everybody's supposed to follow Cardi B, and she came through hating. And then it's like, okay, if Cardi B is black, Nicki Minaj ain't black. Is she not black? Why are we gonna represent Cardi B and then just be like, forget Nicki Minaj, whatever, she ain't nobody. I'd rather have, and that's the problem, right? Because there's ratchet black women, and then there's classy black women. Ratchet, hood chicks, and then there's respectable women. Like, you know, them ratchet hood chicks always trying to make it a scene. They always want to feel like, you know, and then be fronting. They front all the time. That's why Cardi B on the stand crying, fronting. You a hater. You a hater. Like, you are wannabe. Okay. And Nicki Minaj is that, whether you like it or not. You might not like her attitude, whatever. But I would take a Nicki Minaj over a car. What? And then they slandering Nicki Minaj's husband over something he did 30 years ago. We talk about, ain't nobody talking about nobody like Cardi. What? They slandering this woman about stuff that he did a long time ago. And then try to say that she paid the girl. Are you serious? And Cardi B crying about something. And she talking about WAP. Oh, my WAP. You crying about somebody talking about you got herpes? Well, what you thought? Like, what you thinking? But you got that WAP, though. Your husband cheating everywhere. Like, what? Make it make sense.
Thank you, caller.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay. 5935, call you on the air.
Hello.
Hey, welcome to the Wiley Show.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Wally, how long you gonna sit here and let these callers just call? They really don't even got nothing to say. It's like they making up stuff along the way. You know what's really sad? It's sad that their hate for Cardi is stronger than their love for Nicki. And that's really all it's about. At the end of the day, what Tasha did was wrong. And y'all can try to sugarcoat it, make it look sweet, make it sound sweet because y'all hate Cardi. What Tasha did, that was wrong. Did wrong. And at the end of the day, he's talking about she should have thicker skin, she this, she that. Nah, she shouldn't. And you know, it's lucky for Cardi because had it been probably somebody else, they would have ran up on Tasha. You can't just be defaming somebody's character like that. And y'all can sit up here and talk about Cardi did this, Cardi did that. She talked about black women. No, she did not. Y'all make up anything at this point. It's like, get the hell over it. We're talking about what this girl personally went through in her life, and y'all making a mockery of it. It's sad. And everybody want to talk about, oh, Tasha's a black woman. She's a black woman. Black ain't got nothing to do with it. When you wrong, you wrong. And y'all only screaming a black woman unless it got something to do with a penis. Because with Megan and Tory, it's, oh, everybody's hopping on Tory. Y'all not worrying about that black woman, though. Like, let's be realistic here. Just say you hate Cardi, you're jealous of her, and move on. Because that's what it's really about. And that's all I got to say. You enjoy the rest of your night,
Thank you so very much for calling in. Thank you, sister, for calling in. We're gonna I think we're down. Give me a second. Let me check. I think we're down to 3 callers now. We want to make sure we get everybody on here. Okay, we're down with 2 callers. 7762, caller, you're on the air. 7762. Hello. Hello. Okay, you ain't ready. Okay, 9328.
Yeah, hello.
Hey.
Am I on? Can you
Yes,
hear
you
me?
are. I can hear you loud and clear. Yes.
Yes. Thank you. Oh man. First of all, thanks for taking my call. But you could also respond to my inbox I sent you, Wally, on Facebook, if you had Tasha K's case number. So I wanted to speak on what I know. I want to research the case for myself. But anyway, as I'm listening to the callers and I'm listening to what a lot of them saying, they really don't have any idea of how a civil case works. They're all going off little snippets of reports they're reading online about what transpired in court. In particular, for uh, Cardi B saying she wanted to commit suicide, and then people said she had just had a baby during that time. Well, during that same time, but you talk about PTSD, during that same time that she had just had a baby, and during that same time, she was making clapback videos addressing Tasha K. During that same time when she reportedly wanted to commit suicide. What Cardi B did on the stand today was she was trying to fulfill a portion of her lawsuit that was she was probably going after emotional damages, and that was all that was about. That was those tears was about. That was her saying she wanted to commit suicide was about. I guarantee you, Tasha K. I mean, Cardi B did not lose any sleep over what happened. What it is she got mad. She got upset that Tasha K wouldn't stop. So what she did was she went and filed a suit and come to the medical records. Back then, before Cardi B was who she is, I'm quite sure she was treated by multiple doctors and probably in different locations. What I do know is that the judge only requested medical records from one doctor. That doctor may not have been the one who tested Cardi B for her herpes. Cardi B may not have even mentioned that to that treating source. So what Tasha K's lawyer should have did was probably made sure that she provided every treating sources that she was seeing at during the time when she had allegedly caught herpes from all her treating sources, not just that one source, because that one source may return records that say that she don't have herpes, but that doesn't mean she don't have it. And I'm speaking as someone that requests medical records for a living. Sometimes we get people who file disability claims and they say they'll treat at one source, and when we get those records, but that record don't have the diagnosis of what they said that they had. Then we find out they was actually treated somewhere else. And those medical records come in and show that the diagnosis that they had. So just because whatever records the judge got his hands on show that you don't have herpes, does not necessarily mean that Cardi B doesn't have herpes. It just means that source did not treat her for herpes. So people understand what you're saying and know what you're saying and learn before you speak. Because a lot of y'all speaking, y'all don't know jack shit. Like the last caller talking about everybody was insane or crazy. Girl, you the insane one. You the crazy one. And you too emotionally invested in this. Step back, let this play out, and then make your decision. Tasha K was not wrong for doing what she was doing. If I was a blogger, if someone came to me with that exact same information about this high profile celebrity, I'm going to take that because I know that what that's going to do for what I'm trying, that's going to benefit me. I'm going to take it, and if I believe it to be true, I'm going to allow it. I'm going to give them the platform to speak. That doesn't mean I'm wrong. If that's the case, the media is wrong for half the things that they do and publish, because sometimes they blast innocent folks across the screen, but we don't see us calling the media out for being wrong or the media being sued. No. So Tasha, I'm not even a fan of Tasha K. You can go to her page, search my name, and you can see the type of comments I leave Tasha K on her page. But in this scenario, it just baffles me how people think Tasha K is completely in the wrong, and how just because Cardi B got on the stand and cried and said she wanted to commit suicide, that somehow validates her that she was hurt by it. No, that validates that she's a bullshitter. That she was trained and she did exactly what her lawyers told her to do. Because you better believe they coached her on that testimony before she got on that stand. That's all I wanted to say.
All right. We thank you so very much, brother. Okay. Wow. Let me put myself back on screen here. All right. We are definitely done with this live. We've been on for about 3 hours. Make sure y'all leave us a comment. Subscribe to our channel. This has just been wonderful. We have definitely said that if you missed this live, you can catch it in the replay. You can play it back and all of that and leave a comment because I know y'all going to leave me a lot of comments under the video, right? And make sure you thumbs up the video. Thank you to the 60 callers. I think we had about 60 or 70 callers. Thank you. All right. This was lit chat, lit everybody. I'm on the side of TashaK's side. I just put it on Twitter about that. TashaK is not on the level of Whitney Williams, and Cardi B just made TashaK famous. I stand by that tweet. All right. I'm going to go take a break and I'll be back with some more commentary. Thank you all so very much. It was a great live. It was. I'm going to go eat me something right quick. Okay, y'all. Peace.